Like this. Hit it.
The Roger Report live morning show. Weekdays at 9 a.m.
Say y'all, I was on Roger's panel a few times and I couldn't take it. The heat. I got out the kitchen. It was hot. I was sweating. I had to get out.
He's Roger, and he's right.
Check this out.
We can live or die. You choose. I have spoken to you a lot of times in hatred and anger, and you have not heard me. Well, you had better hear me today. If you won't listen to me when I make an appeal for the Negroes because you have no concern for the Negroes, listen to me when I make an appeal for America. You claim you love America. Well, we love America. But you are driving us back and you are making a Samson out of us, and we are going to pull down the pillars. And then you think we have no right to ask for something? Is it too much to ask you to grant us human dignity? Should we be put down and shot to death for this request? If so, you can aim your guns. What the hell do you think we care about dying if you're going to deny us the right to live?
Good morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of the Roger Report Live, the best show on social media. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and take a moment out to hit that like button, because this is where you're going to find the best content on social media, and you don't have to worry about it because you're going to have me right here to make sure that happens. And if you already been coming to the channel for a while, then go ahead, hit that like button, because you already know what time it is, and you know that this is where you're going to get the best content on social media. It's not a mystery to you at this point. You've seen other people do it. You've even seen some people do it well. But what you have not seen is anyone do it quite the way I do it. So make sure you hit that like button. And everyone, yes, everyone, take a moment out to share the content, y'all. There are so many people who need to get great content like this. And it's just a small thing you can do to help the world be a better place. And isn't that what we want at the end of the day? Don't we want the world to be a better place? Of course we do. So share the content out. Share it through your social media. Share it through word of mouth, or even text someone's phone. But do what you got to do to help spread the word. All right, folks, we are back with another episode of the Roger Report Live. Interesting, to say the least, but y'all know that's the only thing I do over here. If it ain't interesting, we ain't doing it. Okay, just here's what it is. If it ain't interesting, we ain't doing it. And today we're gonna deal with Nitro Camden moms kicks him out the house for being successful. Yeah, that's what I said. Nitro Camden's mom kicks him out the house for becoming successful. All right, not for what crime he did. Not that he was doing something wrong. She literally kicks him out the house for becoming successful. And I know some of you may have heard about this, some of you may not have heard, but we definitely gonna get into it. All right. First of all, I want to say shout out to all my people who come through on a regular basis and create the family around here. Appreciate each and every one of y'all for what y'all do. I'm glad I can be part of your viewing pleasures or your listening pleasures. However you take it, I do appreciate each and every one of y'all, and that's real talk. Shout out to the people who leave comments after the stream, because all y'all help. You make things better. You help grow the channel. I could not do this stuff the same way without y'all. And that's just real talk. You know, we got to be serious about that. Got to be serious about that. All right. Shout out to all the people who also hype me up every chance they get. You know, real talk, you know, I know you ain't got to do it. And I know you only get so much that you can do. So when you give one to me, I appreciate that big time. And I hope everyone at least give me one a week, at least once a week. But shout out to you for hyping me up every chance you get. I definitely appreciate it. And shout out to all the people who go through the trouble to hit that like button. I know it's a small thing, but you have to go through some trouble to do it. And I appreciate everyone who does. And I hope y'all remember when it comes down to it, there's never a bad time to do all these things. So if you caught it, you know, shout out to the replay gang. If you caught it on a replay, that's a good time to do all that stuff. If you catch it live, that's a good time to do all that stuff. It's never a bad time to do any of that. So shout out to each and every one of y'all. And I want to say shout out to the people who go above and beyond the Call of Duty, who drop a little something on the wood over here at the Roger Report Live. It is much, much, much appreciated. And I got to say shout out to the sponsor of today's stream. Okay. People are in this spot that don't have to be, but shout out to Ryan Decipher. He is the sponsor of today's stream. Thank you for the continued support, my brother. Thank you for the continued support. Appreciate you big time. Appreciate you big time. And that is real talk. And we're going to give some shout outs to some of the first people to check in this morning, because somebody got to be first. And they should get some credit. So shout out to my main man who has done it again. We like to call you the Highlander of today's stream. Trail Bentley is in the building. He's done it once again. You know, he good at that, y'all. He good at that now. Shout out to him for representing as he always does. Hashtag long live the habitual line steppers. Hashtag Negroes in the wilderness. Hashtag dignity over vagina. Hashtag Al Gore's babies. Hashtag Hail Hydra. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Shout out to Floyd Thompson in the building. Yay, yay. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here. We got Inspired Truth Broadcast here as well. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm listening. Is in the house. Great to have you, brother. Great to have you. Tunnel Runner is at the cool table this morning. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Emerald Edge 72 is checking in. Also, shout out to the Righteous Teacher. Hero for Hire is in the building as well. Glad to see you, brother. Glad to see you. Muggles RA is in the house. Great to have you. Dolomite is at the cool table this morning. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, y'all. We about to get into this, man. Nitro Camden. Now, I understand if you ain't never heard of Nitro Camden. It's possible you've never heard of him. I get it. All right. Doesn't mean he a bad guy just because you ain't heard of him. But Nitro Camden, he's a streamer, y'all. He's a streamer that's been working on being a good streamer for years. Okay, I believe he said he was doing it for about 7-8 years now. He wasn't big. You know, he was putting that work in to be somebody, y'all. He was putting that work in to be somebody. And y'all, all of a sudden, something special happened to him. Okay? Something special happened to him. He was doing a stream. He literally said he's about to call it quits. He was about to call it quits. And sometimes your blessing be right around the corner, y'all. Sometimes that blessing just be right around the corner. You just got to get to it. You just got to get to it. But something happened where some other streamers that were bigger than him, bigger names than him, more followers than him, all of a sudden they decided, hey, let's be a blessing to some other folk. Now, streamers do this from time to time. They do what they can to bless some other people. Okay? Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. In this particular case, it was working, at least for the moment. At least for the moment. Nitro looked at his screen and saw that he had over 10,000 people watching him live. Could not believe it. This is not a person used to having a bunch of people watching. He's a young man, 18 years old at the time, y'all. 18 years old. He a fresh adult. Just became an adult, y'all. There's been some reports about when this incident happened to him. So it happened, I've heard people say 10 days after his birthday. It's been said it's been 8 days after his birthday. So we can say, looks like within 2 weeks of his 18th birthday, something beautiful was happening in his world. And you know what? His mom didn't like it. Okay. His mom did not like it. Roger, what do you mean? He's streaming. He's just a regular dude putting in some work, streaming, not popular. Next thing you know, he got 10,000 people watching him live because other streamers did something that they call a raid now. Okay, I'm new to the term myself. You know, I ain't as young as I used to be. I try to keep up with the young folk a little here and there. And sometimes I don't care what they talking about, but sometimes I do. No, I do care. I do care. But, you know, trying to get all these terms together, yeah, I understand you got to. I mean, I ain't in high school no more. That's where the terms really stick, okay? That's where they stick. They go a little bit above high school, probably to the age of, 25, 27, 28 or something like that. I ain't in that crowd no more. But I try to listen and use my context clues to figure stuff out. So he got rated, which means that people shared his content. Now he got 10,000 people plus watching him when he was just about to cut it off. So now he recognizes, I got a blessing right here. Let me do right by this blessing. I'm going to keep the stream going. We going to keep it alive, y'all. We going to keep it alive. All right? But he gets excited. Why? Because he's 18. He's a little happy now. Now his mama heard him being joyous, came into the room and said, look, little nigga, I don't know what you excited about, but you ain't about to be excited in my house. Nigga, who is you to be joyful? Who is you to be joyful? So yeah, she came in there to kill his joy. Now, people make excuses. Even us as black men, we make excuses a lot of times for stuff that we don't need to make excuses for. And I say, I got to consider everything. This is mom's place. She get to run this joint. And she can run this joint however she want to. So if mama say, nigga, stop having joy in my house, what are you actually supposed to do? You're supposed to not be joyful in her house because it is her place. Now, I don't know if it's an actual house, apartment, or what, but for the sake of the show, this is her house. Okay? This her house. This ain't his house. This little nigga in her eyes just made 18. Who is he to be joyful in her house? She ain't got no joy. Why is he excited? Okay? I'm mama. I got kids. I ain't joyful. Why you joyful? You ain't finna be joyful in my house and it ain't got nothing to do with me. So now, this is the thing. I understand a mother reacting to her kid being a little loud or something different. You go to the room to see what's going on and you just see your son in this joyful position. I understand a parent investigating. I do understand that. And I also understand a parent get to say what's going on in the house. I've never said parents don't get to call the shots about what's going on in their house. It's their job. So as she starts to investigate what's going on in the house, he's telling mom, hey, I've been rated. I got 10,000 people watching. Okay? They watching live. Now, mama was wilding, y'all. Mama started wilding because she didn't even understand that they was live. And you know what she did? She started whooping her 18-year-old. Not like a spanking that you get. Not even one of those, I'm going to take my bet off and whoop you when you about 12 years old so you'll understand how to operate in my house or in the world. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. She assaults him on camera. Okay, she assaults him on camera. Okay, she says, I'm gonna mollywop little dude because I ain't having all this. I am not having this. Okay, who is you to succeed? He's trying to tell his mother. I mean, I ain't gonna even say he tried. He told his mother multiple times, man, I got 10,000 people watching. And a lot of folks gonna make the excuse, well, his mama don't understand. We all understand numbers, y'all. Come on now. We ain't that slow. We about to say mama so slow she don't have no idea what a person is saying when they say I got 10,000 people watching me. She ain't never had 10,000 people watch her. So she knows something about 10,000 people watching me got to be something good. Now you can say she may not get every single detail, but I'm going to say she's not a stupid woman. She literally attempted to embarrass him and talk to him in ways to make him understand, nigga, it's embarrassment time. You ain't nobody. Literally said, you bring no value to this household. Well, she said house. Yeah, you bring no value to this house. She told her son he is not valuable to his face. Okay? To his face. Now, does she have a right to do that? Absolutely. It's your child. You can tell your children they have no value. That is on you. It is your child. You can let your child know how you see them. And if you want to tell your child the truth about how you see them, I mean, who gonna stop you? Who gonna stop you? Now, obviously, she said some things after, before she knew the camera was on. She acted some kind of way before the camera was on. And then she said and acted a way when she found out the camera was on. And it looks like when she thought she was off camera, she said and acted some more way. Okay? Now, Nitro Camden, 18 years old. He just had a birthday 8 to 10 days ago, according to what got reported. Okay, 8 to 10 days ago. Did you see the birthday card, y'all? See, I don't know if it's in this particular stream because I look at so much stuff behind the story, but I'm going to highlight the birthday card. She got him a birthday card. He's 18 years old. His birthday came up. She got him a card, y'all. And y'all know you get a card that says a little something, something, but then a lot of times people would write their own little message on the card too. Well, mama took the time out to write him a little message on that card. Okay? This ain't the part that came with the card. Okay? This was she got. She apparently got a pen out and added a message to the card. Again, y'all, this ain't what Hallmark did. This ain't what any other card company does. We talking about what she wrote on the card herself. You know? It was an amazing thing, y'all. Now, I gotta say, she did say happy birthday now. It was on the card. She wrote happy birthday herself on the card, if my memory is correct. I'm gonna see if I think I might have took a picture of it. I'm gonna look it up again real quick. All right, because I don't know if it was in this particular video because I watched so much stuff. But that card said basically happy birthday. Now get out. Laugh out loud, mom. Okay? The way I remember, y'all, that card said happy birthday. Now get out. Laugh out loud, mom. Happy birthday. Now get out. Again, y'all, this ain't what Hallmark did or whoever she got the card from. That's the part she put on herself. Now, how would you like being 18 years old and your mama get you a birthday card? Now, I get it. Folks ain't got money like that. I'm not even tripping. She just gave her a card. This is not about her financial status. At least not this part of the conversation. Okay? I understand that. Folks don't have money sometimes. Sometimes you get a card. Sometimes people just tell you happy birthday. Sometimes you just get a text. Don't nobody technically owe you anything. You would think a mother, though, would do a little something for a child. Now, I'm not tripping. If all in her mind, if all she could do is get this young man a car on his 18th birthday, I'm a rocker with it. For the sake of the show, I'm rocking with it. I ain't even tripping. But to literally add happy birthday, now get out, laugh out loud. And I think she said, love mom. I believe that's what it said, y'all. Hey, she telling me what it is, man. You gotta give her credit. She not hiding how she feel. You could say she had by putting the laugh out loud behind it, y'all. But you know, when you're 18 years old, what have I said, y'all? And some people think Roger is a little too harsh. I said, when you're 18, it's on you to know everything you need to know for the rest of your life. Life is not fair. This what it is, man. This what it is. All right. She gave him the card. You basically, she said, you 18, it's time for you to get up out of here. Now, less than 2 weeks later, he gets a little excited because he's starting to achieve some success. And he really got to go. If you do not know, okay, even though it's in the video, he got a little too excited for her. And now you got to leave. Now, some people going to look at that and look at some of this exchange and they're going to say, well, he shouldn't have questioned her this. He shouldn't have did that. Y'all, this is a product of how you raise somebody. He is just made 18 years old. He's talking to her the way he's talking to her based on how she raised him. So I get people who will say, well, you know, you can't talk to your mama like that. You can't question your mom. This is how she raised him. This ain't a month after his birthday. This ain't a quarter of a year after his birthday. This ain't half a year after his birthday. This ain't a year after his birthday. This dude is a fresh adult. A fresh adult. Okay? This is not time enough to get a paycheck when you get paid every 2 weeks. This is not enough time for that. This is how she raised him. Now, should a young man listen to his mama? Yeah, I'm going to say yeah. Okay, yeah, you should listen to your mama. Okay? I'm laughing at Shark, y'all. I'm laughing at Shark. Should you listen to your mama? Yeah, you live in her house. It is what it is. You got to take it on the chin sometime, y'all. You got to take it on the chin. And I say some of the stuff I say because I know it's real out here, y'all. As a black man, once you hit 18 years old, you got to be ready to walk away within 30 seconds. You know, just like they said in that movie, you got to be able to walk away within 30 seconds. Sometimes that's just how the game goes. And it's a situation where he cannot win. It's his mother. What is he going to do? You can fight your mama. That's just going to get you an assault charge. Well, probably assault and battery. You know, maybe you get it in domestic. I don't know. You know, but that's not going to work out for you. It's her crib. You can't dictate how she run her crib. All you can do is abide by it and not like it. Now, she left the room eventually. She left the room eventually. He left the home. Now, y'all heard us talking about when I get up at 6 a.m, we packing you up and you out of here. Well, according to reports, she put a restraining order on him. I'm going to say it again, y'all. According to reports, she put a restraining order on him. He 18 years old. He just a little nigga at this point. That's what it come down to. He's just a little nigga at this point, and this little nigga's in the way. This little nigga's in the way. And she said what she said, y'all. She told him to his face, man, you 18, you ain't got to be here no more. Now, I understand 18 is a tricky age. A lot of people don't understand it because people say you're an adult. But the thing is, you're not grown until growth has occurred. Okay, growth has to occur for you to be grown. You are an adult at 18, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're grown. But you might find yourself needing to be grown real quick, just like he is finding out right now, because he out the house, y'all. Okay, according to the reports, he gone. All right. Now, I saw him talking to a very popular streamer. He gone, y'all. It is what it is. I'm gonna say the guy that even talked to him kind of told him, he told him some real stuff. Sometimes your people ain't messing with you, bro. It is what it is. Your people ain't messing with you. You cannot necessarily depend on your family member, especially your mama, to support you. And the thing is, y'all, she got a problem with this dude being successful. And if you heard what I'm pretty sure she didn't think anybody was gonna hear, she said it herself, y'all. He 18, which means what? 18 means you don't get child support anymore. If the child is not enrolled in college, okay, I don't know if there's any other provision. Yeah, I'm not gonna say there's another provision offhand. You can get some child support if the child goes to college, to my understanding. But if your child is not going to college, the child support is going to cut off. There may be possible some other provisions out there. I can't think of any at this particular time. So you may ask yourself, well, what's his situation? Is he going to college? I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I saw him talk about it. I saw somebody else bring it up with him. Found out the guy's still in high school. According to how they was talking, the dude's still in high school. So he ain't even graduated high school yet, but he 18. Now, a lot of y'all can understand that. Sometimes you hit your 18th birthday before you get out of school. Well, before you get out of high school. Sometimes your birthday happens to a lot of us. Okay? We young men and women, but you've had your 18th birthday and you are still in high school. So you're still in this kind of kid bubble. But legally, things have changed a little bit. It's not illegal to throw them out at 18. Okay? It's not illegal to throw them out at 18. Now, based on the situation, I know it's different in different states. My question is, do you have to evict him when he's 18? Well, I'm going to say this. I've yet to hear of anybody needing to evict an 18-year-old black boy. Well, technically, he just became a man. He's an adult. He's a man now. I haven't heard much of a problem when someone got an 18-year-old black young man thrown out. People seem to just kind of go with it. The police seem to just go with it if they're called to the scene. And she did call the police. Now, the thing is, what you going to do? You 18 years old. You in high school. You just had this incredible night when it comes to streaming. Your mom doesn't care about you becoming successful. Your mom wanted to kill your joy. What you going to do? Now, it may sound harsh, but I'm going to keep it real. It's time to leave. Now, we can say what we want to say about it, but in reality, it's time to leave. See, I've said time and time again, black folks got to get past their own ego. And you also have to accept that life is not fair. Everybody ain't going to get the same hand. This is an 18-year-old who just became a man. Technically, he is an adult. And I understand a lot of us can look at him like he's still a kid. You want to have him in this kid bubble, at least till he graduate high school, whatever the case is. No, well, see, the thing is, he 18. He got to go now. So he left. Now, I'm going to say it's probably the best movie he ever made. Now, I've also not notice anything related to his father. Y'all may say, where's his father? I do not know. Nothing I saw, his father was mentioned. I cannot say he has a relationship with his father. I can't even tell you he know who his father is. Of course, I didn't see everything, but at this particular point, I have no reference point to his father. I didn't hear him speak about his father. When people asked what he was going to do, I didn't hear him say nothing about his father. Now, I'm going to say this. He's somewhere. Okay? I saw him streaming from somewhere. Now, maybe he's at his father's home. I don't know. I didn't hear, like I said, I didn't hear any reference to it. So maybe he's at his father's home. I don't know. All I know is he gone. Okay? I saw him doing a stream. I saw him talking to popular streamers. One of them, I saw some other kid in the background, or technically young man. I don't know how old he is. He might be 18 too. So I don't know where his father is. So mama might have separated him from his father a long time ago. That's very possible. I ain't gonna put that on mama 100% because I don't know. But I'm gonna say this. When you 18 years old and you got a situation that happened to you where one parent is no longer available for you to live with, and you don't immediately go to the other parent or even think to go to the other parent, that could say something. And that could say a whole lot. So I'm going to say, I hope. I just didn't happen to see something where his father was mentioned, but his father's in the picture. I hope that for his sake. I do hope that for his sake. I just can't tell you his father's in the picture. And if his father's not in the picture, this is literally his mother's fault. Okay? You don't get to have babies when you want to, and don't have the babies you don't want to have. And then the baby becomes separated from his father, and it's not mama's fault. So he should have a father that's available to him. And he might, because I don't know who house he was streaming from when I seen him after the fact. It could be his dad's house. But if he was with his dad, when people was asking him, was he straight? You would think he would be able to say yes. Is your situation temporary? Man, I'm not going to lie. It probably is temporary. See, if you was at your daddy's house, would you respond that way? That's the thing. If you was at your daddy's house, would you respond that way? Because I ain't never been to my daddy's house and I felt like I had to go. That ain't never happened to me once. Okay? I go to my daddy's house, I'm cool. I've said it before. You know, I'm a blessed man because I can go to my daddy's house at any given point on any random day and just tell my daddy I live here now. The only thing he gonna say is okay. It just is what it is. You know, my daddy gonna be like, what bedroom you taking? So I don't think his dad is in the picture. Okay? And with a mom like that, I can totally understand why dad ain't in the picture. Okay? I ain't got no trouble believing she did everything she could to cut this young man off from his father. And it's extremely believable to me that he don't even know who his daddy is. But y'all, it's her house, her rules. Her house, her rules. Now, Nitro Camden is the guy pictured on the right side. I Show Speed is a very popular streamer, one of the world's top streamers. And I was going to do a story on I Show Speed because he literally went through the same situation, y'all. He literally went through the same. I literally was going to do a show on I Show Speed. Why? Because he had a mother who was against him becoming a popular streamer. This has already played out before. This is freakishly similar to the story of I Show Speed. So I Show Speed told him, do what he wanted to do. You know, you got to go after your dreams. Now, again, y'all, he's now one of the the biggest streamers on the planet. He had a terrible incident that when he made it to 600,000 subscribers, his mama came into the room on him. So there's some similarities going on. Okay, there's some definite similarities going on. And I literally was going to do a show on iShow's Speed about this, but I guess now I'm doing it on Nitro Camden instead. But their stories are definitely the same. Very much the same. Not exact, but very much. So as a black man, once you become 18 years old, the reality says you got to be ready to make it on your own. I understand people gonna say this and people gonna say that, but the truth is you got to be ready to make it on your own, because at any given moment you might have to. But let me slow down because we got a guest here. The Great Black Reset is here, and let's see where he goes with it. I'm pretty sure he gonna actually say something great this morning. I got faith. He gonna say something great this morning. He done said some other stuff on the stream, but I believe at least this morning he gonna say something great. So I'm just gonna now turn over the mic and hope he don't disappoint me. You got the mic, my brother.
First of all, I'm great every morning. You understand me? I'm great every morning. You know, I come and save these people from you at least 2-3 times a week. No, don't do that.
I'm gonna let you believe that for now. I'm gonna let you believe that.
No, brother, man, this is eerily similar to my upbringing. There's a lot of things that are reminiscent to my own upbringing here. You know, I'm not going to go through all of that, but I say that to say this: that I believe that this situation will be something that will be reminiscent for a lot of black men. This is the average black woman with children, and they keep proving me right. So I'm going to keep up with the rhetoric that I've been putting out there. I've said in the past that black women only care about their children because they're financially viable. And then when they're no longer financially viable, it's time to go. That's why she was saying, hey, you know, hey, you're 18, it's time for you to go. My mom used to tell me the same thing. You know, starting when I was about 11 or 12. You know, I can't wait till you turn 18 and get out of my house. She said, you're no longer financially viable at 18. She was telling them, say, your father's $15,000 behind in child support, so I'm gonna get money anyway while you're gone. So it's a win-win for me. So his absence and she's still getting paid. That's what she was referencing. You know, other than that, you're not doing anything for this household. You know, you're not doing anything for this house. So she gets an opportunity to believe like he's less unworthy while still attempting to gain from him financially. Man, this is like one-on-one. Like one-on-one. And if you notice,
yeah, we tried.
Oh man.
We hear you now. But you was going bad.
Okay.
You was going bad. Go ahead.
She has a camera in his room, so she saw what was happening, or had an idea, an inclination what was happening. And how dare you have any success when I've been telling you you ain't gonna be nothing? This is black woman 101, man. This is the average black woman. This is what they do with their sons, man. Yeah, man, black fathers, man, you got to get your sons away from these women, man. You got to, bro, because this is what most black boys are going through as they are growing up, man. This is what we're all going through. I've been through it. All of my friends went through it, and this is continuing to happen. This is the average black woman. Believe them. They're showing you who they are. Believe them. I'm gonna land my plane there.
I appreciate it. I'm not embarrassed yet. Okay, I'm not embarrassed yet. So good job. Turn around. I'm gonna give it to you, my brother. I'm gonna give it to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had to realize that there's a group of people, a big group of people, who do not want to see black men happy. I don't care what you do. There's a big group. There's some of them look just like us. There's a big group of people who do not want to see you as a black man be happy, be successful, be proud, be great. So you have to understand that, and we have to work around the situation because there's a bunch of people who do not want to see you happy. And sorry to say, sometimes they could be in your family, they could be your wife, they can be your girlfriend, they can be your brother. You have to let those people not put obstacles in front of you and stop you because it's just a big group out there. As a black man, you have to understand, protect yourself at all times. And I'll land right there.
Si
Right
se
now,
puede.
See, say what? Exactly.
now I'm gonna say yes, y'all. She said what it was. When the camera wasn't directly on her, now I'm gonna correct Great Black Reset. She only said 14,000, but she did say she's owed 14,000 in child support. And y'all may say, well, if he just had his 18th birthday, how could she be owed 14,000 in child support? A lot of women used to file child support on some after the fact and then want stuff from when the child was born. And a lot of guys start off what they call in the rear. So it's very easy to believe if she has an 18-year-old and he got started in the rear, so the guy would still owe her money. It's very easy to believe. Now, I'm gonna say this. I also noticed that as I didn't see any reference to his father, and I'm talking about from his point of view, dad's still paying. So
Yep.
even though he don't seem to have no relationship with his father, may not even know who his father is, she's still getting a check off of him though. I need y'all to see just how sick that is. Because think about this. You are 18 years old and you're getting put out the house. If you know your daddy, what is your natural thing to do when you get put out your mama's house? You gonna call your daddy. So why is he in a situation, people asking him, is he okay? He can't say that I'm in a stable situation. He say, nah, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. This is probably temporary. Yet daddy's still paying. Daddy can't hook him up, but daddy's still paying. So this ain't no situation where daddy don't have nothing because dad already on the line and dad is already paying. Therefore, in her mind, it's time for him to go. She don't believe he going to college because she think the money train over with. All I got is what's left. So this little nigga might as well get out of my house. But I'm gonna slow down again and I'm gonna turn it over to Inspired True Broadcast. You got it, my brother.
All right, all right. I hope everybody's having a terrific Thursday. Everybody on the panel, everybody in the chat. Oh gosh, this one here, it's eerie the similarities that we see here. But granted, though, Speed's situation is a little bit different. Like he was able to actually kind of go out to Detroit and go out with his dad. With over here, with Nitro, on the other hand, like he has kind of like apparently a different relationship with his dad. Like he was on another streamer's little clip or whatnot talking about like yeah his dad's are out there or around or whatever, but like he didn't like reach out or whatnot. So it's like I guess maybe like a tenuous kind of situation. He's definitely paying his child support or whatnot. So he exists, but I can guess why there might be some gaps, some friction, and if you end up in a situation with a lady and you can't really raise your kid the way you want to raise your kid, then I guess you kind of end up with some stuff that ends up going off to the wayside. Sometimes it's easier just to like kind of cut it off than just kind of keep that salt in that wound forever. But it is good to see him getting some attention and making something of his life. It's crazy that she apparently, it seems like she unenrolled him from what he's saying, like unenrolled him from school. So he's got to figure that out too. Uh, he's getting a course in adulthood really early in life. But I hope it all works out well for him. And I guess I'll leave it at that.
Now, I'm gonna say, when it comes to whatever relationship he has with his dad, a mom can ruin that. We already know mothers do a lot of stuff to destroy children's relationship with their dad. And I'm gonna say again, y'all, he may not even know who his dad is. We don't know that he know his dad. We don't know that he has a relationship with his dad. Unless you saw something, because I see no reference to his father whatsoever, which tells me there is no relationship. Because if my mom were to die and I have a dad, he gonna be the first person I call. You see what I'm saying?
Hey,
That's just common sense.
Roger, let me answer the question. She don't mind putting hands on the man, on a on a grown man. So I can see why that man his father might have to get away from her, because she
That's a
don't like
very
mind
good point.
putting her hands on another man.
And
Well,
teeth too.
my
Teeth
thing
as
is,
well.
a lot of children are hidden from their fathers. And my thing is, we can't make light of that, because he should have a natural reaction that if I have a problem with mom, especially if she's kicking me out the house, I need to call my dad. That should be natural to him. And the fact that it ain't natural, say something about her. He just made 18. Go ahead, GBR.
Roger, I'm glad you're doing this show. This is people need to understand. There's something that there's some things that are standard with single black women, single black mothers, bro. Parental alienation comes standard.
Mhm.
Talking down to your children comes standard. Physical abuse comes standard. Intentionally destroying the life of the child before they go out in the world, it comes standard. Killing your dreams comes standard. Everything that means they're no longer going to have any financial control or control over that child, that child will do exactly what they say, the way that they say, it's going to come standard, man. I'm telling you, bro, I grew up just like this kid, and I'm sure I had some similar situations, and all of my black male friends were going through the exact same thing. This is standard. I'm gonna land there.
All right. And shout out to Shark Sims real quick. He said, then how are black men the best fathers? I'm just asking for a friend. Well, we're the best fathers because in every single scenario that a black man is raising his child, he seems to outperform every other group in America. Now, the thing is, you got to know your kid to raise your kid. So even saying that goes besides the point. You got to know your kid to raise your kid. I don't know that he know his daddy, and I'm just saying if he actually knows his daddy, when a streamer says, "Are you okay? Are you good? Do you?" Because they were concerned with him having a place to live because Mama said she's putting him out. So people are coming with this concern, and even if you already rich, you can't expect random people to quote unquote take care of you. He's in a very, I'm gonna say, tough situation. Now, according to what was reported, out of all the different things that was collected, now he did a screenshot that was almost $20,000, or it was just at 20,000 because I saw that screenshot. This was leaked from his own stream or something like that. His own information that he got like $20,000 that was donated to him. Now that's people sending money through Twitch because he's on Twitch. So that's got to be what he got sent through Twitch. He got to wait to get that money. I don't know what Twitch system is, but he gonna have to wait. It's not like he gonna get that money immediately. Other people who had some paper reached out to the man to give him a little something, something because he needed it now. He don't need it tomorrow. He ain't need it next week. He needed it now because Mama said you out at 6 a.m. and she called the cops. So Mama wasn't playing with this. And again, it's been reported that he has a restraining order on him now. Yep, he took the whooping on camera, but he's the one with the restraining order. But this is a black woman we talking about, so this don't surprise me at all. So he needs help now. People looking out. He's been gifted a lot of subscribers. The thing is, do the subscribers care? Now, he gonna get two weeks, maybe 3 weeks of sympathy. Unfortunately, a lot of people gonna go back to their regular life and ain't gonna care. Now, the thing is, he got to keep what he got. That ain't easy all the time. And when people gift you somebody, I'm not saying it's bad because I wouldn't turn it down. I wouldn't advise nobody else to turn it down. but you still got to get those people interest to actually stick with you and not the person that they were gifted from. So I'm not going to say he out the woods. To me, he has maybe 3 months of being okay, depending upon how he can maneuver this situation. And the fact that he's only 18, and based on what I heard him talking about, it sounded like the dude was still in high school. This going to get a little rough.
Roger, somebody said that why black men? How can you say black men are the best fathers? You can say that because with all the obstacles that are put in front of us, jobs, with these women putting all these things on us and stuff like that, we still try to be fathers as much as we can. Being separated, but we still have black men who do the best they can to raise these kids, even when they're in bad, horrible situations.
Well, I'm going to just throw this out there real quick. I Show Speed was going through basically a very similar situation, and his dad fully supported him. So black dads show up.
Yeah,
and do the
exactly.
great things that need to be done and start helping his son become even more successful. And now his son is one of the biggest streamers on the planet.
You know,
It is what it is.
There's another thing to look at too. Like, you can't like let people do the whole one big Negro thing. Like, hey, there goes one dad that didn't show up or didn't reach out. So therefore, let's go ahead and say that that's the same thing for all of it, like the whole thing, or let's say that that's the most or whatever. It's that whole one big Negro smear that ends up getting directed at us.
And I gotta say, this is where's the narrative coming from? Because as I said, y'all, he made no reference to his father that I even saw. So how can I think his father is bad when he don't seem to have a relationship with his father and his father is paying child support? This don't seem like a guy that did something bogus. This seemed like a mama did something bogus, which should be expected at this particular point. If he don't have a relationship with his dad, that's on his mama.
Yeah, the
These kids
mom.
don't come out of nowhere.
Yeah, that mom was wilding, and he was right to get as far away from her as possible. Like, cause it wasn't just hands. She didn't just throw those hands on him. Like, she apparently, like, she seemed like she bit him too. Like, if you're dealing with a woman that's biting, like, okay, now you're off into a whole nother loony land that doesn't need your presence anymore.
Well, we got to look at the fact that I'm not saying it's bad he left, but let's not make it something it wasn't. He had no choice. He had to leave. He could have wanted to stay because that's what's familiar to him and just suffer through and get through high school or whatever the case. Now them options was taken away from him. He had to leave. Now I'm saying it's great that he left, but I'm not gonna pretend it ain't like he didn't have to leave. It just happened to be the right choice regardless. Now I'm gonna say shout out to the brother. Hopefully he just go get a GED because I didn't hear that his mama unrolled him from school. But based on what we know about the mom, I can't be surprised about that. So hopefully you just go get a GED. You 18. You are an adult. In case he hears this, you can go get your GED and you okay. And if you can focus on the streaming the way you have been, because you've been doing it for years now, you got all these new subscribers, bro, go make it happen. Maybe in the next few years, you in the same spot I Show Speed is in. It's possible. It's possible. But you don't have to be that good. If you can, make 50, 60,000 a year off streaming, you're still in a good situation. And he still can go back to college if he wants to go to college, especially if he's a streamer. He can stream at his own accord and get all his classes in, get all his homework done, and do well in college. Hey, it is what it is. All right. But the thing is, I'm being realistic. He ain't out the woods, y'all. They say he raised total about $40,000. $40,000 is good for an 18-year-old to have in one moment, but you got to be realistic. He 18 years old. He can't just go put money on the house and say, "Give me this $200,000 home. I got 30 to put on it." You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna give it to him. He gonna have some obstacles. Okay. And we got to hope that this attention that he's getting right now will go beyond just the moment. Ain't nothing guaranteed for him yet. if we be realistic. And again, I don't know who house he at. He could just be at the house of one of his friends' parents. And that's probably what it is. And I'm saying that because, again, I never seen him make reference to his dad. And if my mama can't help me, I'm going to call my dad. That just makes sense if you got a kid. Okay. Shout out to the Great Black Reset. He said, I have background noise. Well, as long as you muted, you cool. Long as you muted, you cool. Okay. When it goes away, we got you, brother. We got you. Now, what's a young man supposed to do, y'all? If you 18 years old and you black and you are raised in a home where your mother is a single mother, you must be ready to leave everything behind in 30 seconds. I'm not saying this is a cool message. I ain't saying this is the best message. I'm just saying it's the real message. You got to be ready to leave because your mama can flip out on you at any moment. And guess what? As a society, we're taking her side. That's the reality of it. We're going to take her side. Now, we all got feelings based on what we saw in his particular situation. But at the end of the day, it's her house. What can we tell them? We can't say, not, you can be in your mama's house and don't listen. Even if she's telling you something that's totally wrong, we can't tell them that. Because that ain't real. That's not going to help them. Your mama technically is going to get the support. The law going to help her. She didn't have no issues having cops come over to put him out. She had no issues with that. He said it himself. He will call the cops in. Of course he called in the cops. And I ain't never seen no cops show up and it's a young black man there and he ain't getting escorted up out of there. It is what it is on that note. Hey, that doesn't happen to me personally. They don't need a reason to take you. They just take you sometime. He 18. What he gonna do against cops that know law? He ain't no trained lawyer, nothing. He 18 years old. He has not thought about the law in ways that's gonna help him against too much any police officer.
And Roger, if he gets too emotional, he could end up dead just by her calling the police.
Absolutely. Okay.
That's why once somebody calls the police on you, whether it's your mother, your wife, you have to look at that person as an enemy because they could have got you killed.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to Muggles RA. He said, Gone in 30 Seconds, a movie by the Roger Report. Hey, man, it may sound crazy, but it's real. See, if you 18 years old, you black, and you're a male, you have to understand your mama can turn it on you at any second. And you've got to be ready to leave. Society ain't finna help you with your mama. We not. We got to be real about that. And I'm saying shout out to all the people who giving him some help because they say he done got $40,000. Shout out to everybody who's doing that. But at the end of the day, we can't help him with his mama. We can throw him some money so he can go somewhere else, but we can't help him with his mama. It is what it is on that one. Okay? It is what it is on that one. Shout out to Armageddon. He said, note, this show and many others pertaining to whores and single baby mothers is irrevocable evidence why the Bible adamantly speaks of bastards. It has profound relevance. I can't say you wrong. I can't say you wrong. And if you that bastard child, unfortunately, you get some tough decisions that you have to come up against. And you don't even have the proper support that you should have. At least you don't know it. Because if he knew his dad the way he should know his dad, he should already be in a situation where he okay. It's that simple at the end of the day. He shouldn't be talking to another streamer, asking him, is this situation all right? And he talking about, well, bro, I got to be real with you. This probably temporary. That tell me he at his friend's house. That would that tell me. And it's not his friend's house, it's his friend's mom's house 9 times out of 10. Okay? More than likely, she ain't got no husband either. Now, I don't know. I just saw him on camera with another black guy close to his age based on how he looked. So what's more than likely happening? Well, since he's a black male, he probably is being raised also by a single mother. That's just how the numbers go. Now, I hope that ain't the case, but that's realistically how the numbers go. Which is why he has the understanding, yeah, my situation is probably temporary. And the thing is this, y'all. I ain't gonna say nobody gonna do it, but who gonna rent him an apartment? He 18 years old, just now becoming successful. His mama took all the money from one account. She told him. She said she going after the money in the second account that she knows about. Who finna rent him a place? When it all gets said and done, you can't take your sob story to somebody. If there's some property manager that you go to and you trying to rent an apartment, she don't care nothing about your sob story. He don't care nothing about your sob story. Well, I'm 18 years old and my mama kicked me out the house and, I'm a streamer. They gonna say, man, where the proof of income? That's what they gonna say. Where the proof of income? You want to rent here? Show me proof of income. What's your credit? Okay, what's your credit looking like? That's what they gonna say to him. So his situation definitely gonna be tough. But hey, you got a black single mother. Why expect something different? And I'm not saying that to make fun of him or anything like that. I'm just saying realistically, man. That I feel for people who getting raised by black single mothers. I do. Because as a black man, I know your problems could change any random second. She in a bad mood, new problem for you. Somebody do something to her, new problem for you. Somebody do something to her friend, new problem for you. She don't like how some television show went, new problem for you. Somebody she's a fan of on social media don't get what they want, new problem for you. Some black woman couldn't land the deal with some white man in the relationship that she pays attention to, new problem for you. That's how the game goes sometimes. It's rough, but it is what it is, y'all. And you ain't got to be smooth and easy. Now, people's like, well, yeah, people's like, she probably gonna lose her job. She a teacher at this school. We don't know that. Y'all really think society done changed so much? Now, I'm not saying it can't happen. But with what I saw, as y'all seen in the video, y'all think society changed so much that when they see a woman doing that to a black boy that people gonna really care? You think they're gonna call for her to be fired? All I'm gonna say is good luck with that. Okay? I'm pretty sure she gonna be fine. That's real talk. I'm pretty sure she gonna be fine.
Because she will be lying her ass off. When they say she'll make him look so bad and say how much he was doing when he was 16 and 17 and she was just trying her best. She may start crying and everything. Oh, they'll turn this guy into a mass murderer.
I don't think it's gonna take all that because when they look at the footage, they're gonna see that little nigga in the footage. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be real about the eyes of the people who would watch the footage. Oh, this a little nigga, man. We don't care.
Yeah, true.
So I don't think she got to say anything. They gonna see a nigga when they look at that screen. Man, she hit a nigga. Who cares? She bit a nigga. Who cares?
Yeah, he must have did something.
I don't think it's going to even go that far. I think just mentally, it's a nigga. Why are you bringing this to my attention? Why are you bothering me with this? This is a nigga. It didn't happen on school property. We don't care. That's what I believe the honest thing is going to actually happen in this note. Now, could people make up a big enough fuss where something would have to happen? Yeah, but is enough black people going to care about some nigga? I doubt the white people going to make it an issue. Okay. Now I'm going to say real quick, though, shout out to my main man, No Placeholder. He dropped $10 in the Cash App. Thank you very much, my brother. He said supporting black men. Hey, thank you, brother. Thank you. We all we got, y'all. Sometimes it's just more real than others, man, but we all we got. And also shout out to Inspired Truth Broadcast. Appreciate you. He dropped $5 and he said, ma'am, why did you hit your adult son? Postpartum. With the laugh, with a laughing emoji.
Good one, good one.
Shout out to Inspired Truth Broadcast, man. Yep, I guess that postpartum, man. You got to go upside your son. And you know what? It probably was postpartum psychosis because she bit him, okay? If it was just postpartum, we'd understand her beating on him. But because she bit him, it must be postpartum psychosis, okay?
Hey, Roger, I got a problem that you can probably help me with.
What's that, my brother?
The wife put all these avocados on my with my eggs and with my omelet, and I know they're expensive. She's trying to spend this money on me. I'm trying to tell her, those avocados are expensive. You need to, cut back on, showering me with these, superfoods.
I guess that's the good problem to have. I'll say this. All I can say, brother, is you continue to encourage her with a soft, loving word and let her know how you appreciate it. But tell her, we gotta save a little money, babe. We gotta save a little money. I guess that's all you can do, because I don't really know how to help you in that one, brother. I don't really know how to help you in that one, because I know she's doing it out of love, which is great. Which is great, man. Real talk, man. Glad to hear that, though. Glad to hear that. Real talk. And shout out to Tail Billy. He say 216 months postpartum. Hey, they say it can last a while, y'all. They say it can last a while. All right. But, I think, again, y'all, she made it real when she said, hey, I'm still owed $14,000. I'm winning regardless. This nigga ain't got to be here. He still got to send me $14,000. It is what it is. Hey, people may say, well, $14,000 ain't a whole lot of money. No, that's a significant amount of money. It's people that'll take jobs for $14,000 a year. Now, those are like kids, okay, whatever. But let somebody talk about, we're going to give you a $14,000 a year raise. You listening to whatever they offering. Okay, I ain't saying you're going to take it. But you definitely going to listen to what they talking about. If they talking about, if you do this particular thing, we'll give you $14,000 more per year. That's a significant piece of change. Now, the $14,000 wasn't enough. Because she said flat out, hey, bro, I already took the money out one of the accounts, and I'm going for the other. Now, that's bold right there. But see, you can be that bold when it's your son. Because what your son going to do? And that's just what it is, y'all. So everything ain't about right and wrong. Sometimes it's just about positioning. She telling her son to his face, look, I already took the money out one account. I'm going after the other one. And she basically dared him to do something about it. But what you gonna do when you just made 18? Especially when it's your own mom. That's a tough situation to navigate.
I'm back, Roger. I'm back. I'm back in line.
Okay. Jump
I've
in if
been
you got
listening.
something. Yeah, jump
Yeah, I've
in.
been listening the whole time, and this goes to so many things. Lack of preparation. You know that these mothers are not preparing their sons for the world. Because had she prepared her son for the world properly, this wouldn't even been such a big threat. He'd have been ready to make a move. Had he known his father, like you've been saying, this wouldn't have been such a big threat. All of this stuff is about control. It's about her having and maintaining control over a situation, over the father, over the child, and everything, right? So, what we got to do, man, with the airwaves that we have now, while we're speaking to these young brothers out here, man, these young brothers got to start preparing themselves, unbeknownst to their mother. These young brothers, when they get to sophomores and juniors in high school, they need to at least take the ass bath. They don't do nothing else. They need to take the ass bath and go ahead and pass the ass bath. So you find yourself in a situation like this, man. You can go get your GED because he's apparently an intelligent brother. You can see how well composed he was in that situation, how well spoken he is. Man, I'm sure that brother could have passed the ass bath a long time ago, and he could have just said, "You know what? I'm gonna go and get my GED and go into the military. I'm out of here." That could have been his. That could be his safety net. And I think young brothers, that's what they need to do. They need to prepare themselves. Hey, if I don't do nothing else, if my situation get cut short like this brother did because of situations with my mother, I need to be prepared to make a move immediately. And I think the military will be a nice safety net for black men, bro.
Well, I'm gonna say, quiet as it kept, it already is.
What say you?
You know, quiet as it's kept. Because if you listen to a lot of young men who go to the military who happen to be black, they go there because of their financial situation. And
Talk
a
about
lot
you
of them
there.
go there because they have no more support at home. And there's a lot of young men who've been told for years that when you 18, you got to get out. It's that simple. Now, she was nice enough to put it on a birthday card for him. You know, happy birthday. Now get out. Love mom. Okay.
Man, my
That's how
bad. My
mom
mic,
love.
my speaker went out. I don't even know if you heard me or not, bro.
We heard you. We heard you. You,
Okay.
you disappeared
Okay.
all of a sudden, but we heard you, everything you said before you ended up disappearing. But I am saying that the quiet as a kept, the military is already doing that for black men. We don't think about it. It's just that you find yourself about 18 years old and you ain't really got no other good options in front of you. So you go to the military.
No, I'm saying we need to be proactive as men to let young men know. You know what? This is something like this should be standard practice for
No,
young black men.
I'm not arguing against what you said. What I'm
Okay.
saying
Okay.
is, unfortunately, we have a lot of young men who find out that they're 18 years old, ain't gonna be no support from home. They live with a single mother, and they have to go to the military to figure out what's going on and how do I maintain myself right now. Now, my
Correct.
thing is, I'm not against a young man going to the military, but that's a sad reason to go. You know, it's better to go because you want to go, you enthusiastic, you grew up and that's what you wanted to do. You already understand some of the benefits. It shouldn't be over, I'm screwed because my mama don't love me. I got to do something. That's all I'm saying. You know, but yeah, you're right. You know, a lot of us need to be talking to young men and we need to tell them real stuff. So when you have a young man's ear, man, hey, you got to be real about how this world gonna work, how you gonna operate in it, and where you gonna get your advantages from.
Yeah, because we also have to realize that the military is a choice, but the military usually breaks you down and then they have to rebuild you. Some people can't take it. So some of them guys get broken and never get never get built back up. So you have to understand. You have to also tell the black kids, or black men,
The,
what you're going
the
into.
world.
You're going into the military
The,
that you're going to have to. There's going to be stuff that you're going to have to do that you might not want to do, and you're going to have to grow up real fast.
mhm. And that's just what it is. I'm just saying we need a protocol for young black men to find a path of success. I think going into your 18th birthday, you need to be prepared to go to the military. If college is not an option, and you don't have family support. By the time you're 21, your CDLs, and then now driving trucks can be your backup plan because it's easy to get a job and it pays well. It's hard not to make six figures driving trucks.
Yeah.
You know,
And
I'm
if you
saying that
could stay
again.
in the
It's hard
military,
not to make six figures driving trucks. It's hard. Go ahead.
if you go to the military at 18 and you do 20 years, you get out at 38, you gonna get your full you can get the full like pension and ride, and
Retirement. Yeah,
then you
you're
can start.
retired.
Then you can retire from the
Mm-hmm.
military and you can start working, driving, whatever you want to do. You can retire and live abroad in a lot of places with what you get from a military pension.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it definitely needs to be something that young men consider before they're 18 years old, or even if it's some of the folks who graduate and you're still 17, some of them out there, their 18th birthday is round the corner. They need to know what's up. Because the reality is, if you come from a single mother home, this is happening to all kinds of folks. It's not just happening to streamers. Now, I'm saying this particular thing is getting highlighted because it happened to a streamer. This happened to all kind of regular, everyday folk and they don't get it caught on camera. Okay? They don't get it caught on camera. Now, this is not good. This is just how a lot of black women see their black son. And this wasn't no special put on. This was just something that happened all of a sudden. Dude all of a sudden got a bunch of eyes on him that he ain't used to getting. And his mama just came in the room to say, "Hey, little nigga, what you celebrate?"
Yeah, ain't gonna be no success in this house.
Nick, I don't know what you think I've been doing, but I did not raise you to become a successful black man. Now, I don't know who program you think you on, but you about to get off. And I'm going to say this, y'all. Now, a lot of people can say some crap about she don't understand. Why did he take his phone? He took his phone in order to make sure he cannot continue to stream even once he leaves the house. The man had a problem getting his own property. He was talking about, man, I bought my computer. She say, it's my house, so everything in it belonged to me. Now, you got to be a little extra special to not just put your son out, but to say, hey, I'm taking your bank. I took what's in one of your bank accounts. I'm already trying to crack into the other bank account, and you can't take nothing with you. And since you do stream, and streaming can be done on computers and phones, you definitely not leaving with those. This is not about
Wicked,
I'm trying to teach my son a lesson. That's a whole different level of stuff.
evil, evil. I mean,
And
wicked,
she,
evil. Uh, just Horrible that she would try to do. Just trying to. I'm trying to do. I'm not just trying to get you away from me. I'm trying to destroy you.
yeah.
I,
Well, you gotta understand. Here's the thing. She's a single mom. She wants all the credit of I've raised this child by myself, right? So she's gotten to that point. That mission is done. Extract child support and control over the father. That mission is done. It's complete. What's the rest of the mission? Send another black man out there to be a failure so we can talk about it. She trying to complete the mission, man.
now, I'm going to say this, and I know it's going to be hard for people to accept. She won't do to die. Okay? She wants him to die.
That's the only reason you call the police.
I'm going to say the calling the police kind of gives light to that, but also to put him out the house at 18 where she knows legally he's an adult now. So there's certain things that just ain't available to him. He's a black man in a society that, from a societal standpoint, don't like him. And I'm trying to make sure I take away what you use to make income. Give me that computer, give me that phone. Little nigga, you gonna starve. That's what she was saying. If you survive your encounter with the police, I'm gonna starve you out. I'm gonna show you who's boss. And you ain't gonna have no success without kissing the ring. So you ain't going nowhere else, starting up no streams and making no money. Oh, little nigga, you about to suffer for real. Now, a lot of people go, oh man, Roger, that's too much. You taking it too far. Tell that to the Clancy children. Don't tell me nothing about mamas don't want to kill their children. Now, her thing is her kid too old for her to just do it on her own and it not be a spectacle. Okay? But why would you put your son out and say, give me that phone and give me that computer? That is not a person trying to help you. And that's real talk.
Hey, a little bit she tried, but she realized she couldn't beat him up. She couldn't do too much to him. That's why she ended up biting him and just hit. It was no
Yeah,
easy
I mean,
task.
she did take them couple shots off of him. That's real
Yeah,
talk.
yeah. So she, she just it had been about. Oh, I can't even say it. It was a lot easier with the younger ones.
This is your average single mother, and she's a teacher, so she part of that. We the most educated crowd as well, and they wonder why black men don't want to date single mothers. This is part of this is a snapshot. This is just everyday life in that household. Man, who want to be in there with that? This is insanity, man. This is insanity. But this is what happens in single mother households, man. Every day in and day out.
Well, it just might be me, the eternal runner. It might be the tunnel runner show right now, but you know, I think we're gonna have tomorrow. I think we're gonna have some coconut pancakes with some Canadian maple syrup, which I might not be able to get soon with this embargo going on, or with this trade war going with Canada. So I'm going to have to enjoy my Canadian maple syrup while things are progressing with the United States and Canada. But I think that's what the plan is for tomorrow is coconut pancakes with Canadian maple syrup, and that'll be an enjoyable situation. But let me see if the Roger and them coming back. Okay, he came back. He came back. So I don't hear him.
Okay, my bad, y'all. I'm back. Okay,
Okay.
like Kev got knocked out too. Look, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It was
yeah.
it was the tunnel runner show, and I was telling them about what's going to be on the menu for tomorrow's breakfast. I was telling them with the Canadian situation with the U.S., I might not be able to get my Canadian maple syrup in the future, so I'm going to have to enjoy the maple syrup I have now.
So he had the mic all to himself, and this is what he do with it. This is what he
Hey
do with
man,
it.
I thought he put some Crown Royal in the batter and go all the way Canadian with that
Yeah, I had walked away. I
thing.
came back. Y'all were gone, and I was like, "Oh man, I got this show to myself." Let me.
All right, well, good for you,
Yes.
brother. Good for you.
No, man, I'm really glad you did this show, man. I think I Show Speed and this brother Nitro Camden are a good snapshot of resilience, man. These brothers, man, they carry themselves well. They present themselves well, regardless of the background in which they come from, man. This is part of what makes us strong as black men because most of us are growing up in this kind of adversity, man. We're growing up with somebody in the next room over telling us we ain't gonna be nothing and doing everything they can to take away everything from us before we even get out into the world. And most people don't know that's what's going on. I don't say that as if we're victims. It's just part of what we go through as children growing up, man. We come to school and we happy and we cool and and we wearing the clothes that make everything popular. But man, we dealing with some dark stuff at home, man. We are dealing with some dark stuff and I'm glad to see the community backing this brother. I hope this brother gets a plan. I hope somebody gets in his ear and gives him a real plan going forward so he can continue to be successful. And I hope he makes the best out of this 15 minutes of fame that he's getting at this time. And I hope it turns into 15 years for him. So, man, I'm wishing this brother the best, man.
Well, I'm gonna say we are victims. Okay. At the end of the day, stuff keep happening to us. We are victims. This dude was definitely a victim of a mom's bad ego. She got such an ego on her. I mean, she deliberately tried to embarrass him. If y'all look at the clip of what was going on, she made it a point that I'm going to try to embarrass you as best I can right now. Why are you trying to embarrass your son? Now, I get that maybe he got a little hype. He seen he got 10,000 people following him. He probably got loud. I didn't see the clip. Everything I saw it started showing after the fact. So I'm going to assume he probably saw a number on that screen and got excited. Probably got a little loud. He's 18 years old. You're going to get happy. I can still accept that mama get to run the show and she can tell him, shut it down. Okay? I can't say she's wrong for telling him to shut it down in her house. But when he's trying to explain himself, and, once you hit a reason, and my thing is like, okay, I could give my son an exception because this miracle just about didn't happen to you. I can understand it. And even if I still want you to shut it down, you got to shut it down. But yeah, I could have gave the man an extra 5 minutes because of what happened. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying a parent has to, but at the end of the day, do you want your child successful? Because I would factor some of that in. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm just in agreement with you. I think our parents need to take interest in what their kids are interested in, and so they can have better understanding. I'm not saying she ain't had no understanding. I think she had clear understanding that was what was going on. Everything she did showed that she understood, and she was just trying to sabotage. But I think we should try to have understanding about what our children are doing, and if it's something positive that we kind of come to a middle ground with our kids while they're trying to build success. Because I mean, the economy's hard out here. It's hard for anybody to be out here to out here in the world trying to make a way. And if our kids are in this digital space and they're able to monetize and they're not hurting themselves, man, we should be supporting our kids to the best of our ability, man. And this goes into what you talked about yesterday too. Bro, these females are under pressure, financial pressure. Now, the other woman was married. This woman's single. They under financial pressure. They cracking under the pressure, bro. And they lashing out against anybody near them that they can lash out against, bro. This woman is under pressure, bro. She's a school teacher. She ain't making that much money. That child support just about to run out. Now this man is paying back pay. He ain't paying that full child support payment no more. Bruh, she under pressure.
Well, you know what? That could be very much the real deal. I mean, if we gonna be realistic about it, the pressure's on. Because whatever that payment was just dropped. Because now maybe he was. I'm just gonna use the 400 because I heard that's the average number. You know, he could. This kid could have been part of $400 a month payment, but now that he's 18, yeah, he only got to pay what's in the arrears. Maybe she only getting 100 now. You know,
Right, right,
you know, yeah,
right.
he
Like,
made 14,000, but that don't mean it's gonna come the way she wanted to come.
yeah, and the arrearages in certain states is different. Like I know personally in Florida, arrearages is $10 a month is the minimum. You can go in there and say, "Hey, I'm paying arrearages, and I want to adjust my payment to $10 a month." And they have to grant it. Now, if this woman getting $400, $500, $600 a month, that's a whole car payment gone.
That's real talk. You know, and I definitely can agree there's something financial going on because why would you enter your son's bank account? And why
Exactly.
would you already be trying to get into the other one? And let's be realistic, y'all. We don't know that she didn't get into the other. Okay,
Correct.
we
Or
don't
that
know
he
that.
will be able to get into it. And right now in the future.
Well, she kept his phone in his computer, so she got enough stuff that she could find the information on how to get into the second bank account. Now, I am gonna say shout out to him for having 2 bank accounts, and at least you didn't tell her everything on one of them. You know, my mama don't have my bank account information, and I'm not saying that to say something bad about my mama. I'm just saying my mama ain't got my bank. She ain't never had my bank account information. Now,
And
I
the
think I
Great
could
Reset.
trust her. I think I can trust her if she needs to have it, but I mean, he only 18 and he live in her house, so it's very different, you know what I'm saying, with what's going on in his particular situation and what went on with mine. But when I was 18, I did not have to give my mama my bank account information. So I'm kind of wondering why she got it in the first place.
Probably trying to make nice,
Well,
trying to,
what was that? Where's the father?
Well,
Man, the
let me
father's
read it
on
first.
child support.
Let me read it first.
Go ahead.
Shout
Go
out to
ahead.
Black Hole Stripes. He said, "Where is his father? Why don't he just go live with Pops?" Black Rule, I'm pretty sure this is one of these cases where he probably don't really have a relationship with his father and may not really know who his father is. Because daddy paying child support, we got that established. He definitely paying child support, but he 18 now, so that child support payment probably looks very different. And I'm just saying, I can't say I've seen everything that has happened when this happened to him. But everything I seen him in and everything I seen him talk to, and I literally seen him talking to a big streamer who asked him, was he okay? And what his situation was. And he never mentioned his father. So I don't think he really knows his dad.
Yeah, I think there's some parental alienation going on there. For the father to be in arrearages, um, it's parental alienation. So he's probably going through many of things where you can not miss any payments and still be on arrearages because every 2 or 3 years they get to go back and say, hey, he's making more money, and then they go and look and say, "Oh yeah, he been making more money for the past 2 years," and they make the adjustment to your payment and make it retroactive for that time period. You're on arrearages and you've been paying the whole time,
Yeah, but GBR, the way that woman acts, the way his mother
and that
acts,
stuff makes people bitter.
she's not the kind of person that you can get along with. She's
Hmm.
she's
Well,
definitely not the kind of person that's very
well,
agreeable and a very neat, nice. That's a woman that's hard to get along with. So you can see that if you're married to that woman and you're trying to do anything with her, you probably have to just you can't even do anything with her. You have to
not,
just go through the
but
courts.
there is a point there because y'all got to look at the fact that he's 18 years old. Now I believe they stopped it now, but he 18. Back in the day, you used to be able to get a kid on child support, and they would go. Sometimes the mother would put the child on child support when the child is 3, 4, 5 years old, and then they take the position dad ain't never did nothing for the kid, even though you was taking care of the kid, and they
Yep.
give you child support from the time of birth. So most cases would automatically put you in the rears, especially for black men. You'd automatically be in the rears. And because he's 18 years old, that's probably what his situation is. I don't know, but that's realistic what his situation is. When she put him on child support, hey, bro, you in the arrears, you got to pay XYZ left. Now, and I'm gonna say shout out to Adam the Black, because he made a good point about the bank account. He said, Roger, he couldn't open a bank account by himself because he's under 18. And that is a fair point. He just made 18. He ain't been 18 2 weeks when all this stuff happened. I heard 8 days. I also heard 10 days. I don't know which ones are true. All I know is it ain't 14 days. So that ain't enough time to get a paycheck for most folks. So yeah, his mama had access to his information. And guess what? Even if he got 2 accounts, because he just turned 18, that means somewhere she got the information on that second account. Which means 9 times out of 10, he ain't get a damn off that either. And that's real talk. And I'm going to say shout out to, I actually saw some woman that's supposed to be a big streamer. Her name was Center. She might be black. She might be. She look a little, I mean, she was sitting there with a white guy, but looking at her, maybe a half black in there, maybe a quarter black. But she at least.
Hey, somebody been playing with some Oreo cookies in that family. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, sometimes you got very light skinned people, but it looked to me like she could be black. I ain't gonna say she black. Like to me, like, I seen her. I ain't gonna even say what I was doing, but I was doing some stuff. But it looked like she could have been black, possibly. It's possibly black in her. Maybe she is white, but possibly there was a little bit of black in her. And she said, "Man, I'm gonna talk to you off air, and I'm gonna get you something." And she had some concern, could he actually even receive money that she sends him, because mama already said, I'm getting all of it. Okay? And I'm going to say shout out to her for that. Okay? And she even said I had to send 2 payments because I tried to send him something, but my bank wouldn't let it go through. So I don't know what that means to her, but at least she making an effort to send something she probably don't send to most folks, because she had to split it in 2. So that's good stuff at the end of the day. At least we got one, I'll say woman. Like I said, I didn't get a good look at her to see if she was really a sister, but I think it's possible. It might be a little bit of a sister in her. Maybe we got a 16 or a 10.
One drop.
Maybe had 13%. But she might have had a little too better, okay?
I'm gonna give her 67%. 67%.
Shout out to
Roger. My blonde haired, blue eyed wife got a lot of black in her.
I'm sure that happens on a regular basis too. Okay.
She's a soul sister.
He said, I know a brother who ended up in arrearages because he was unemployed for most of a year. That happens, man. And I'm going to remind y'all, I said this before, y'all. I remember working with a guy. He was, he hadn't worked. I think he was like 6 months or something. He said he hadn't worked. We get a job together, man. That man showed his check, man. Now, this one, we was making money off commission, so it ain't like no mystery of what you make. You steal an item, you got $150. Good. This man showed us his check stub. Why? Because every dime of what he made went to child support. Because he said he hadn't worked in 6 months, so they already worked it out for him. I don't know if child support just automatically did it, but basically they showed him the check stub and say, hey, we paid you. We know it ain't a dime going to your account, but we just want to make you know that you did get paid. Child support took everything, but we paid you. Okay? And I'm sitting there like, man, y'all ain't gonna even get that man bus fare to get back to work. So
I've actually seen a negative. Not the thing.
Man, you got to repeat that, brother. You went out.
I said I've seen a negative paycheck stub. Negative.
I don't know
He
how you
had to
do
work. He had to work overtime in order to get any payment whatsoever. I didn't think negative was possible. I was like, nigga, they took money out your account. What is going on?
that. That's crazy work right there. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know how you get that. That's crazy work. And I'm gonna say shout out to Black Rule Strikes. He said she sound pretty white to me. Okay. I'm not gonna say she could have been white. It was a little dark. Okay. Matter of fact, I just gonna say I was driving at the time, so I wasn't looking at the screen when she was on. you know, quick little glance, and I was like, okay, that's a white dude. Then I looked at her and I was like, okay, is she possibly black? Maybe she just real light skin, but I didn't really examine it to really see. So I'm a hope there's a little sister in it, just so I can say there's a sister that did something. I don't know that that's the case, but
6%. Six
you know,
percent.
see, I try to support sisters when they're doing right or doing good or doing something, you know what I'm saying, doing something righteous. I appreciate it. I don't see it a lot, but I do appreciate it when it does happen. You
Nah,
know?
Uru say hell no.
What she wasn't in the video that I presented this morning, was he? That wasn't in this video, was it?
She was in there. She was in there. I saw
Well,
her.
okay, well then y'all saw it, so y'all can draw your own conclusion. Y'all saw it. I'll go back and see it, and hope there's there's a little sister in it. But if it wasn't, I mean, I ain't gonna be surprised. I'm not gonna be surprised. But this does show how disturbing we are willing to be, and I'm saying we very loosely, because I don't even consider her part of my community. She's not married. Ain't no man vouching for her that I know of. And she definitely don't seem like she's been around a respectable, productive, functional man at all, whether he believe in black men's leadership or not. She just don't seem that way at all. So dude had the world against him, if you ask me, just because that's his mama. But I'm gonna slow down because Bronk then came up, and I'm gonna let Bronk do his thing. You got it, brother.
What up, Roger? What up, chat?
What's
What
up?
up,
What's
panel?
up?
What's happening?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, I don't expect nothing less, man. Even when black women see their own black sons doing too good, makes them feel some type of way, man. Why you doing better than me? You ain't supposed to be doing better than me. That's what we dealing with here, man. Let's just be real. Black women need to compete against their own sons, man. Especially if them sons look like they did it. If those sons any shape, form, fashion remind them of their dad, and they become successful, they don't want to see their father successful. So of course they don't want to see the son who looks like the father be successful either. That's what this is, man. We can speculate about what else it might be, but in my opinion, man, that's exactly what it is down to the core. Black women hate black men, even their own sons. So I'm laying down.
Well, see, and I'm gonna say this. This the crazy part to me. Before this happened, they not saying he was really successful at all. It just happened. Okay. And
Yeah,
and he did get, they say, collectively about $40,000 in donations, but a lot of that came because people saw what his mama was doing to him. Like, this ain't him getting money regularly. People seen his mama. Now, let's look at this, y'all. Let's look at this. Random people who are attached to other people that do social media. They send crowds to him. So these random people that are not a fan of Nitro Camden, at least not at that moment, they over there, they decide to watch, and what they see mama going off on dude because he got people watching. Now, you watching this boy mama go off on him, you can't see what he did wrong. You don't understand what the problem is, but you see mama talking about you ain't got no value at all. You don't bring nothing to this house. You think you can just do whatever you want, and you got to get out. 6 in the morning, you out of here, partner. people felt so bad. They looked at him, and some of them saw a nigga and was overcome by how much mama was doing. Let me get this little nigga $5 or something.
Yeah. And in Speed's case, I think Speed was like at about 600K. So his mom and that behavior. But yeah, on the flip side though, this kid, his mom probably was just jealous about the attention he was getting. Even if he only had a few thousand followers, man, why are you getting all this attention and ain't getting none?
She probably got a OnlyFans account that ain't went past 100 people yet.
Man, I'm telling you.
You know how bad you got to be because you are random to this guy. You remember, he just got rated. You are random to this guy. You don't know this guy like that. But mama doing so bad that even folks who just seen the nigga was like, well, let me go in my pocket for him. Now, I know them niggas ain't nothing either, but she ain't got to do them like that. He go $10, man. It's people that sitting there, they ain't got much in their account right now at that moment. They might be sitting there with $200 in their account. Man, let me get this little nigga $25 because mama crazy.
Man.
Yeah. Shout out to all those brothers though who did support their young brother for real. Shout out to them who got that started.
I'm telling you, these cameras are messing these women up.
These cameras are getting these black women in trouble, bro.
People didn't believe this stuff.
Body cams
like
to
they
the door.
Didn't believe we were getting beat up by the cops.
The door cams.
I don't think hold on. All y'all talking at the same time. Can y'all hear each other?
No.
Yeah, you jumping on me. You're jumping on top of me, Roger. Get him off of me, Roger. Get him off of me. Get him off of me.
Who else up here trying to talk?
Tana Rana and Great Black Reset were actually going into the similar points. You were both just going into similar points. So I'm gonna say Tana Rana, you go first. Then I'm gonna bring it to GBI, and we do it like that. And GBI, you see if you can hear him, and then I'm gonna let you say what you want to say, Bronx. So Tana Rana, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Keeping these guys off of me. Ugh. It's rough, man. It's rough. But I was saying these cameras are messing them up, man. These cameras are messing up because people did not believe that we were getting beat up by the cops. They didn't believe that women were beating us up. They didn't believe that women were doing certain things to us and calling the police on us. And the cameras are showing all this stuff. They're being exposed. People are taping these things and showing other people, and people are really getting to see now what they didn't get to see 5 years ago, 10 years ago. They getting to see that now that this stuff that we've been saying is true, and they get to see it for themselves, and not just believe in what we say. Because remember, we're just black men, but they getting to see it for themselves and going, "Wow, I didn't even think this was going on."
All right, GBI, you go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna say first of all, turn around and hack my phone and turn my mic and my camera and my speaker off, so he can steal my point. I don't appreciate that, but no, I definitely I agree with him 100%, man. These cameras are getting a drop on these women, and it's just like how black women talk about, they want to be with white men, but really only 2% of white men will take them. Bro, they can't stop being themselves no matter what. So cameras or no cameras, they can't stop being themselves. And it comes out. And Tana Rone's absolutely right. The world is getting a chance to see it now. And the world is saying, damn, it ain't the men, it's the black women that's out here tripping. So I'm 100% behind this young brother, man. I'm glad everybody's supporting this young brother, man. I hope he continues to get support, man, because these young brothers do need help getting out of these situations because they don't know nothing else. They don't know nothing else. I'm laying there.
And matter of fact, before Bronx go, if y'all ever have some difficulty hearing, dip in and dip out. Okay, if y'all can't hear folks, dip in and dip out, and because that can clear your problem up. So, all right, go ahead, Bronx.
No, I agree. I agree with everything that's said, man. Cameras have gotten me out of situations. Just the fact that having cameras all around my home, that's gotten me out of some pretty tight spots. Because women are, like G. Grow was saying, women are going to be themselves no matter what. Black women are going to be themselves. So I would just encourage you, don't be afraid to put that phone on record if you're having conversations with a woman who is, a risk, if you will. And keep cameras around your house. I say don't even bring women back to your house unless you're real serious with them, right? Unless it's, potential wife, right? But keep them around your house anyway, man. You never know what you're gonna be doing at 3 o'clock in the morning. You might slip up. Keep them cameras rolling.
And this is the thing, y'all. We as black men, we're gonna have to accept that some of these women ain't our friends at all. And one of the worst people can be your mama. I mean, I Show Speed did it. That was his. He said one of his worst achievements. I mean, it was a good achievement that he got 600,000 subscribers, but it was one of the worst things that happened because while attempting to celebrate his 600,000 subscribers, his mama came in on him and then also tried to embarrass him. And he said he was embarrassed. He was embarrassed enough that he literally made an apology video for what happened with his mama. That's how embarrassed he was. But the thing is, from a societal standpoint, we gonna side with mama. This mama house. Speed was getting loud. Speed was cursing. And she just gonna say, not that I even believe she meant it. She was on some, hey, you cursing. Stop cursing in the house. Now, what people gonna say to you when your mama say you can't curse in the house? Even if she's not being genuine about it, we can't help you with that. I understand you a young man, you excited. He's, man, my mama talking about I'm 18 years old and my mama talking about I can't curse. Bro, that's what happened, man. It go with the territory of not having your own. It is what it is, man. You cannot trip about people doing what they want to do with their stuff. And y'all knows I'm being very consistent. I keep saying when you in somebody else's house, you got to go by their rules. It just is what it is. Even if you are becoming a successful streamer, you don't get to override mama. Mama may not care about your success, but that's just the hand you were dealt. Okay? It is what it is. We ain't all gonna get a fair chance. Not the same way. You got to overcome stuff when you're a young black man. It is what it is. And sometimes a lot of that overcoming gonna start with your mama. Cause she got control that you don't. And this mama, again, y'all, this is a special extra effort to sabotage. When you tell a kid, I done took all the money out of one account, I'm gonna take the money out the other account. You can't take your phone and that computer mine too. Because the kid did say, Mama, I bought the computer. Well, everything in my house is mine. Now, even though that ain't really right, and that's super bogus, but what's society gonna do when a mama pull games with you like that? Society ain't gonna help you. And that's just reality. She say that's her computer, they just gonna be like, well, that's mama's computer. Ain't nobody finna go in there and take it for you. It is what it is. So young black men do have a situation, and that's why I've always said, no matter what people said against it, when you 18, man, it's on you. Because that's what your reality is. Some of us just simply been blessed enough where we ain't had to really deal with that reality in our face when we made 18. He got a door to it on his 18th birthday when he got that card, and mama wrote on that card, happy birthday, now get out. Laugh out loud, love mom.
I got a similar note when I was 12. He was late.
That's wild, man.
Everybody ain't gonna be first, okay? Everybody ain't gonna be first. But all I'm gonna say, y'all, is how did you come up with those words? Happy birthday, now get out. And the LOL is supposed to just clear that up, I guess, in her mind. The LOL, and see, my thing is now get out, laugh out, love mom. Love what part? What part am I supposed to love with a note like that? Now, I'm gonna read this real quick from Black Rule. Then I got you, champ. Black Rule says, He should have some elder people on either side of his family who can help him. Well, I'm gonna say I hope so, Blackaroo, because based on what I saw, I think he at some friend's house. Now, hopefully, because it just happened, and maybe now he's getting to some elder or some auntie and uncle, maybe somebody's a couple somewhere that don't mind helping him, or maybe he got to do what unfortunately a lot of folks do. They got to go to their single uncles or their single aunties. Now, I was a blessed person with most of my aunties and uncles was married, so it would be couples that I can go to. And I've had times where I didn't get along at home, and I literally went to aunties and uncles' house. I could do that. I had a very blessed situation that unfortunately a lot of Black young men just don't have. I could go somewhere else and I'd be okay. I don't know if he got it like that. Real talk. It don't seem like he do. But I'm hoping maybe we didn't see it because we saw stuff so early that maybe he just ain't got a hold to his auntie and uncle yet. I'm gonna keep some hope alive for him. But Champ, I'm gonna turn it over to you. You got it.
What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a good Thursday morning and everything else. And Roger, I'm not going to be here too long, but I'm going to say this. This lady, I feel bad for the brother like that. If he's trying to do something for himself, trying to, create an audience, make some money and everything, he's probably do something positive down the line. And what she's doing is that she's depriving this brother the opportunity to make money for himself. And she's going to create, and I'm not saying this to be negative, but she's going to create a powerful individual, a powerful monster, because he's going to come out pretty big with everything else. Once she sees him explode and everything else, and she's just created another great content carrier in the next 4 or 5 years while she's up there talking about, oh man, I was racist, man. I was racist to love Black women. Now he's starting to hate us and everything. But calling us ratchet and 304s and everything else. And we're bitter and everything else. That's why he do that to us. Your mama Black. That's what we're going to hear in the next 4 or 5 years when he starts exploding and everything else. So I'm going to land my plane right there.
All right. And I'm gonna read J-Lock's comment and then go into some divergence. And hopefully it won't be this way. We don't know Nitro Camden's story yet. It's just unfolding. So hopefully it won't be this way. But I'm gonna put out there stuff that goes on because Speed, I show Speed, call him Speed for short. He had a dad. And his daddy was involved. Okay? When he had issues at home, he went to move in with his daddy. Now, J-Lock says, I have to interject here, Roger. Speed was paying bills to his mama house and even asked him for money. So if he pays bills, she shouldn't have no say so if he pay her money. Well, this is the thing, J-Lock. When you a son, you a son. That's simple. And paying bills don't mean you got your name on the mortgage, lease, whatever. Okay? So she paid bills. She may have gotten money from him to pay the bills, but legally she paid bills. And that's part of what I mean about society is not going to help you. If any issue came up, he can't say I pay bills so I get to run something. Because everybody gonna say you don't pay nothing. Mama paid. You can claim you gave money to mom. You gave mama the money. Who cares? Legally, nobody. That's the reality of it. Now I'm gonna say in the Speed situation, when it was too much to be at his mama house, he immediately went to his daddy house. Daddy was very supportive. I forgot what he said. I think right now they call him what I think they said Daddy Speed or something like that. That's what they even refer to him now. And he does some unconventional stuff, you know. There was some type of prank he did with Speed's history, where they showed like Speed history on camera, and it was all kind of stuff that was kind of crazy. And Dad was like, "Man, I didn't know you like that type of stuff," you know, crazy sexual references and everything. So Speed's father embraced what he did, was glad his son was with him. He come on the camera acting a fool sometime, playing jokes and all that. And Speed did something that was kind of a big deal to him. He kind of, if you kind of watch Speed, he's known for it. One time he jumped up out of his seat, right? His pants, the way his pants was done, it wasn't proper. So, his meat dropped out. That's what they call it, his meat. Speed taking it as the worst day of his life. His dad literally made a song. Okay. he took what was embarrassing to Speed, made a song about it, made it funny. I think they said he got like 7 million views on it, and he just helping his son get past a very bad moment to him, able to help his son make light of it, and they made some money along the way. But that's a black dad. Seeing a bad situation that your son is on and figuring out what's the best way I can help my son get past this and get through this while becoming even more successful. Now, I don't know what his dad did for a living. I'm not saying he's special in any kind of way. He's just a black dad. That's all it is. Now, unfortunately, Nitro Camden's dad hasn't showed up to do this yet. I'm hoping that maybe that'll happen. But like I said, if you don't start calling your dad when something happened with your mom, that kind of indicates there is no relationship. So I think mama probably killed the relationship between them two. And some of y'all be like, well, you can't kill a relationship between a father and son. Yeah, you can. If you ain't got your daddy number, what you gonna do? If you ain't got your daddy name, what you gonna do? And y'all may say, well, he paying child support. That does not mean Nitro Camden sees any of that information. And mom ain't gotta show her son nothing. Now, I ain't saying he don't know. I ain't saying he can't find out. But a lot of kids, they just believe whatever mom said anyway.
And some of these women will put restraining orders on the father, so he can't come around 1,000 feet or whatever to the house or to the child. So these things go on,
Yeah. They need to be with their fathers anyway, man. Especially black sons. Black sons need to be with their fathers. Women don't know what
No,
to do
black
with black
children need to be with their fathers. I don't even know why y'all say that. Y'all want these daughters to be with these women? Like,
No,
that's gonna solve something?
I don't. But I say that because we got to start somewhere, right?
We gotta
They ain't just gonna.
our sons.
Yeah, we got to start somewhere because they ain't just gonna give us both the sons and the daughters at the same time. So we need to make a push at least for the sons first.
I ain't saying don't make a push, but I'm definitely gonna say these children need to be with their father. Period. Okay, because all the evidence says that.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
you can have
Absolutely.
a good situation here or there. You know what I'm saying? But when you include all the evidence, it says children need to be with their fathers. Okay, you got better results with married couples or couples that when the dad and the mom is in the home, but that means dad there. And then your next best result is when dad raised the kid alone versus when mom raised the kid alone. But that means dad's there. So I'm just saying, when you look at all the stuff, it shows kids need to be with it. And I'm not arguing what y'all saying. I'm just saying it does show that children need to be with their fathers. If you want to up the odds of having the best outcomes, because that's all we can do. Ain't nothing guaranteed, but we can up the odds.
Right? You know how much money the family court system would lose if children were with their father. See,
I
All of
they
it.
have
All of
I
it.
think they have billions of reasons. They have billions
All of
upon
it.
billions of reasons to make sure that fathers don't have their children.
Absolutely, absolutely, and you know the court is about making money. So once you say it's about making money, you can't say it's about you know what's best for that child, because if it was about what was best for the child, uh, the research would be the research would have reflections when it comes to the outcome, or I should say the outcomes should start showing reflections of the research. Because it's one thing to believe something, but once you research something and see something else, then your results will start showing what the research has shown. But we don't see that. So it ain't about them kids at all. They don't care nothing about all that. And I'm gonna say, you know, I'm gonna pray for the brother. And like I said, y'all, I hope he's able to take off, because he's in uncharted waters right now. And even if he got $40,000, again, he an 18-year-old with no real history behind him. Ain't nobody finna sell him a house. What you gonna do with $40,000 and no place to live?
Yeah.
Listen, Roger, I could help him. I could be his financial advisor. Tell him to talk to me. We
And,
take that 45,000, buy a trailer. I'll put him a little land. He's gonna be far away from the city, but we can get Wi-Fi out there.
and this is why I'm hoping he got some aunties or uncles, because even though you say that, I'm thinking about all the other people who will realize the situation and try to become a predator toward him. All you
Right.
got to do is give me
Yeah,
your money, and I got you. And when you 18 years old,
It all
I
sounds
mean, you
good.
want to say no, because in theory, I know it's people out there to hurt me, but I'm 18 and I don't really know the world like that. I wasn't prepared like that. That's why I'm hoping is that he got an auntie or uncle finna show up somewhere, and I just ain't seen him show up because the situation is so fresh. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay.
yeah. All we can do is pray.
Yeah. I really hope a dad would show up. I just don't think it's gonna happen. You know? Cause honestly, if you was good with your dad or really knew who your dad was, when somebody say, "Are you straight?" and he's literally asking about your living situation, like, "Are you okay right now?" You should have been able to say, man, my dad got me. That's what you should have been able to say. You know. Now I don't know why he can't say that, but if he can't say it, I just know it's his mama's fault. That's all I know. It's his mama's fault. You know. And I can say even for myself personally, any mistake my mother has made, she's always been given good graces because who my daddy is. And I can't honestly tell y'all I've ever had a problem. Now, my dad's still alive. You know what I'm saying? I do understand one day he gonna have to die. I ain't wishing for it no time soon. But I know as long as my father alive, I'm good. I can say that. Long I could turn into a total bum. I'm still good as long as my father alive. Now my father gonna with me in some kind of shape. He ain't gonna just let me be a bum. But if I showed up a bum, he'd do something to get me out of it. But it ain't like I'm not gonna be
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Black fathers are great fathers, man. Even United States government agencies like the CDC, they agree. They agree. It ain't no question of whether or not we good fathers, really.
Yeah,
Not a
and shout out
question.
to Urban Reed. Urban Reed say, but Roger, even you said that once you're 18, there's no excuses in this world. I'm not saying nothing different now. I'm saying he's 18. He done got kicked out. Don't seem like he good with his daddy. And real talk, I hope he's able to maneuver this new success, because ain't none of this guaranteed. Hey, I stream. Okay. I don't do it on Twitch like he do. I got kicked off of Twitch, so I did do it for a while. They kicked me off. But that's beside the point. That's beside the point. Okay. The point is, even if you're gifted people, you still got to maintain those people. And I'm praying for the young man, because even though he had 10,000 people watching when this went down, I can't say that those are 10,000 loyal people to him. They were just 10,000 new people to him. Now, shout out to whoever came through on the money side to help him when they seen what his mama was doing, but they may not care in 3 months.
I just
hope
hope,
that
yeah,
ain't happening.
I truly hope he got a team around him, because the last thing you want for him is to have to move back in with his mom. That's the last thing that you
He
want for
ain't
that young
moving
man.
in there, bro. It's the
Again with
restraining
his
order.
mom.
Yeah, that ain't
that's
moving
different.
no nothing to talk about. It's a
Oh,
restraining order.
oh, okay, all right, got you. Well, those things, they have a time limit or whatnot. I think his mom might be trying to use it as a thing of control. Women do stuff like that, man. I had my ex-wife put a restraining order on me until I was able to get her on video walking into my house without my consent.
Yeah, but
They
see,
do stuff like that for control, and they try to like play these mental games to make men feel smaller, to make men feel like they need them in some capacity. All right, and I imagine that's what she's doing. I just hope that he never actually gets into a position in his life to where he has to actually move back in with her.
that man don't need to talk to that lady for a good 5 years. He should not. I ain't saying don't ever forgive her for doing what she's doing or whatever, because you only get one mom. But the thing is, man, he need about 5 years of not talking to her. He 18 years old, and really 7, truth be told. You 18 years old, you just made 18. Go out here and become a man on your own first before you talk to your mother. Your mother can't help you right now.
Right.
The type of person she is, she literally can't help you right now. She said, I'm taking the money. I took the money. Let me straighten that out. I took the money from one account, and I'm going after the money in the second account. And let's be realistic, because I just got that reminder. Yeah, he just made 18. That means she had the account information on both accounts. So that money in that second account is gone.
You know what? It's smart that she got a restraining order, because if she doing all that, she need one. She need one, boy, because ain't no fucking way.
No, just because she a terrible person don't mean he has to be a terrible person. And see, this is the thing. Black men, we can't see the world like other people see it. If we can't stay in tune the way we supposed to, we gonna end up dead, in prison, or homeless. See, he ain't Lindsay Clancy where he can just kill 3 kids and hope people say it ain't his fault. He know he can't do that. He know he can't retaliate against his mama without society coming down on him. So he got to take this on the chin and keep it rolling.
If he would have touched his mother on that videotape too hard, they would have came for him. He's been locked up right now.
At the end of the day, them donations would have been very different. Anybody who just, man, let me get this little nigga $5 because, man, he going through it. That wasn't going to happen like that. Because they say he got about 40 bands, and 40 bands ain't that much money. Okay, I want people to, 40 bands sound like a lot. It is a lot of money if you got other stuff already in order. But when you're a young man, you got a streaming career where maybe you're making a little money from because you taking the money that he had. That 40 bands ain't all that when you 18, you don't have no good credit history. You can't go, you know what I'm saying? You can't just go. I mean, what house can you get for 40 grand? Now, if he went and bought a house for 40 grand, cool. You know what I'm saying? But now what kind of house do you get when you only spend 40 grand? So he got some tough choices in front of him, you know? And I'm not saying maybe a trailer park would be the right move for him to make right now. Maybe he need to go into a trailer park, pay 10, 15, maybe 20K, get the whole thing. That way his credit don't affect it. And he got, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 a month, at least for a little while, where he can maintain himself. You know?
Hey, I heard you can. I heard you can. Get the business taken care of for like $140 in the trailer park too. So he's good, man. He's good.
I mean, you got a long life in front of you, we assume, when you're only 18, though.
Yeah, starting all over again. You got to do everything. You got to get your stuff
Yeah.
established, all kind of stuff. Because, like I say, the stuff that he had put money away. So the mother's saying he put money away. He's trying to be responsible, and she's taking that away from him.
And
Yeah,
again, y'all,
man.
she took the
That's evil.
computer and the phone because he was streaming from a different phone. And he did say, now I got to see if I can get my stuff back because my stuff is attached to that other phone number.
Okay, so not only did she take this boy's money, but she also took his source of income, his computer and his phone that he stream on.
Literally.
That's evil, man. That's evil, man. And I'm telling you, and she carried this boy for 9 months, pushed him out, supposedly raised him, and this how you do your own flesh and blood. That's crazy, man. That's evil.
So what I'm saying is, yeah, he made some money. How much of that money is he actually getting at this particular point? And will he actually gain access to the other money? Because, like I said, he had about 20,000 sitting up on the in the Twitch account. He had about 20,000 that he got off that night. Okay,
why hasn't he gone after her for theft?
Bro, it's his mama.
I don't care, bro. I don't care.
And he just made 18. So guess what? We got to deal with the fact that them accounts are probably her accounts too. What you gonna do?
Maybe not though.
That man can take that 40K.
He couldn't open them accounts without her permission. That's a fact.
Right.
He 18 now, though, right?
He can take that 40K.
Now. Well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, just turned 18 like less than 2 weeks before
you gonna get people to fight his mama on his behalf? Even from a legal standpoint, that's what he gonna do. He a young black man, 18 years old. You gonna go to the police station or something and say, "I need you to fight on my behalf against my mama"?
Unfortunately, as black men, and this might not sound politically correct, and I really don't care, but we all got to get to a space where we even able to say "fuck our moms," bro. We got to get to that space because our moms be the very people who destroy us.
When it's appropriate.
Blood ain't thick in the water, man.
I'm gonna say when it's appropriate. When it's appropriate. Okay, that's what I'm. Because hey, my mama.
Yeah, when it's appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah, my mama.
Yeah. Of course, you don't say that about a decent mom, but if your mom is like that, man, fuck it. Fuck it. It's time to go. Jesus even told you that. Jesus even told you that.
Hey, I'm just keeping it real. It ain't like I like every decision my mama made. It ain't like me and my mama ain't never had a problem. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can give my mama a whole lot of grace because of my daddy. You see what I'm saying? So I'm in a good situation where, you know, my daddy done always had my back, no matter what's going on. So I ain't never had to go through certain things. Yeah, and I don't take it for granted. I just take it as a blessing because I didn't have to. Because I definitely had friends that had to go through a lot of stuff because they didn't have a daddy around. So it is what it is. So, I mean, when it comes to it, some of us need to kind of have that attitude toward our mothers, unfortunately. You know, I think it would be best for him to not talk to his mother for 7 years, see who he becomes in life without his mother doing negative stuff to him or being able to put negative influences on him. And in 7 years, he might be good. Now, Speed done, you know, got all this success, and he do what a lot of black men do. We gonna forgive, and we gonna make excuses for our mama. Because as bad as how people looked at Speed mama, Speed still bought her a house. That's the thing as black men. I'm balling out of control. I ain't got to listen to you more, but since you my mama, here go a house. Since you my mama, I'm a defend. Hey, my mom supported me in her own way. She didn't understand. You know, she just really came into understanding about a year or two ago. That's what Speed say. And I'm not mad at Speed. That's your mama. I know that's a tricky type of thing. But I'm just saying, we as black men, just how we do with our mamas. Because we've been trained this way. Society pushes us to be that way. And at the end of the day, you're a grown man. So you going to get to make the final call. Now, I ain't saying that my mama yeah. I'm not saying that if I had the financial success of Speed and my mama was doing me dirty, I ain't saying I wouldn't buy her house either. I may not have bought her the house Speed bought for his mom. You know, maybe I get you a house. It may not be all that, but you know, you gonna get your mama something. It just is what it is, man. You gonna get your mama something. I ain't saying you should. I'm just saying realistically, most of us gonna get our mama something. Because most of us don't know how to get mad enough to walk away from our mom and not talk to her for a while, even though that's probably what we need to do. You know? A lot of us ain't gonna tell their mama, look, ma, I understand you love me and you had this certain perception of me, but at the end of the day, I am a grown man now. You are not my leader anymore. Okay? You're lucky that I would allow you to give some advice. I'll tell you a thing or two to see what you think about it. Not saying I'm gonna listen to you at all. You lucky I'm telling you about the thing that you can even try to offer advice. A lot of us ain't gonna do that with our mamas. Now, me, that's what I do with mine. I've told my mama, look, and we out in society, I'm the person that's got to protect you. So we gonna act like I'm that guy. You may be my mama, but you ain't the leader. It's that simple. And a lot of people may think that that's extremely bad, but no, that's extremely real. If me and my mama go somewhere and something happen, who got to protect who? Be realistic. You know? So my mama got to act like I am as important as I actually am. I don't play with my importance with people. And I ain't gonna never tell you to play with yours. You know, I feel bad for the young man. I know he got some major decisions in front of him. And I've said before, sometime in life, all you got is bad choices in front of you. That's kind of where he is right now. Even though he got about $40,000, he got a bunch of bad choices in front of him. So I hope there's some family members that come out of somewhere to say, hey, bro, you ain't got to deal with this by yourself. Come on. You know? And I hope it ain't a family member that say, well, since you got 40,000, come on. I hope it ain't one of them. You know?
Man, he
I
need
hope
to
he
go
got an
down
auntie
to
and
the
uncle he's
Dominican
been
Republic.
cool with that'll just say, come on. You know what I'm saying?
He
You
need
can
to
come
go
stay at our
down to
house for free and you figure out what you want to do. You know? Or they may suggest to him, hey, go ahead and study for your GED and get that out the way. You know, study for a couple of hours, then do your streaming. Keep the party going. Hopefully he can get his account back that he got the success on and not have to try to rebuild a channel from scratch. Hey, I know a little something about rebuilding a channel from scratch, y'all. I done did that once or twice. Okay. uh, you know, since I've actually started to gain an audience, and I'm saying since I've started to gain an audience, I don't think I had a channel for 2 years yet, y'all. I don't think I had a channel for 2 years yet since I've actually started gaining an audience. Okay. I can't even say the first one, you know what I'm saying? Because it's rough when you got to start over. I'm not wishing that on him at all. It can get real rough when you got to start over. So I hope he gains access to his accounts and he can do it from this account where he's booming, he's getting some support, and hopefully he can be entertaining enough to keep all this stuff. Because y'all, ain't none of this guaranteed. You know, just because you got 30,000 subscribers today does not mean you will have 30,000 subscribers supporting you tomorrow. None of this stuff is
Exactly.
guaranteed.
Yeah. And Roger, what GPR was saying before, I don't
he
see
can be
women.
set up for long term success pretty easily,
Oh, they
even
got
with that
you.
$40,000.
They got you.
I guess so.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, I just heard you now. If you want to repeat yourself, you can. Because you said, I
I
seen
said,
GBR, and I was sitting there thinking, like, well, if you heard what GBR said, I don't know why you repeat that. But go ahead. I guess you got.
Yeah, what I was trying to say was, he's talking about going to the military. I don't see women sabotage their sons. And say, oh, you ain't going to the military, even though they have no other options, telling them, trying to make them not go to the military and have them out there on the streets. So they women can be sabotaged. You mothers can be sabotaged you all kind of ways. You definitely have to become a man as soon as you can and understand that you are responsible on what you're doing because, like I said, a lot of people will guide you into the wrong direction.
All right. Now we got Silverrod who's come up. So, of course, I'm going to go ahead and get him the mic immediately. Silverrod, what's happening, my brother?
Give me 1 minute, please. Sorry.
We playing games. We playing games. Silver
What?
Rod.
He knocked out GBR, so that was a good thing.
But now he's on mute.
Oh, this
Silver
is
Rod,
what
you
we're
on
doing.
mute.
This is what we're doing. What we're doing, Tom Ronald.
Okay, well, maybe he ain't ready. Silver Rod going once. Silver Rod going twice.
He said give him a second.
Okay.
He said give him a minute.
Oh, you unmuted, so we just don't hear you.
No, he said give him a minute.
Yeah,
I hear him.
You might want to dip out and come back in, bro. We can't hear you.
I can hear him. He said give him a minute.
All right, well, we'll get Silver Rod in as soon as he gets ready, y'all. As soon as we hear him, we'll make some room for him. Okay?
Right. GBR, go ahead, GBR. We need you.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
This young guy.
My thing is, y'all, as a black father,
Roger,
prepare yourselves, y'all, because your kid can need you any random second. You know, it may come late at night before mama start tripping like this. It may happen right in the morning when mama start tripping like this. You know, but as a father, man, just make sure you can always say yes. Okay? That's what you want to be able to do. Yeah. You know, I say being a good parent is trying to make sure your kids will never need you. And I do believe in that, because at some point in time, you want to pass away before your children pass away. So you got to make sure your kids don't need you, meaning they know how to make it in the world. But when your kids are young, as a father, you got to make sure you always able to say yes, because you don't know when any of them going to need to show up. And that's just real talk. And a lot of black fathers, we do amazing jobs no matter how messed up the situation is. Okay? So shout out to I Show Speed Dad, who helped, and encourage his son's success. And some people may look at their relationship, and I seen people talking about, well, their kind of relationship is more like brothers. I mean, that's what you gonna say about it, because you don't understand. A father can have a good time with his son, and that's normal. Maybe you don't get that, but fathers can have a good time with their sons. I had a good time with mine. Okay, we still have good times. Just had one recently, Your father just got to be ready.
They can't hear you.
But most black fathers are. You say you can't hear me?
No, we hear you. GBR keeps talking. We can't hear him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you hear him. I don't hear GBR at all. Did you hear him talking?
Yeah, I heard him talking. He's not getting through. He's not coming through.
He probably ain't saying nothing, but I don't hear him.
Yeah, you ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, I don't hear him at all. So the Lord is blessed. Y'all see I'm a blessed individual, because GBR talking, I don't hear nothing he's saying.
I'm trying to say the show, but
tell me I ain't blessed, okay?
Roger ain't saying that.
All right. Well, no, what I'll do is I'll dip out for a second and come back myself to see if that's more on me than him. And GBR, go ahead and say what you want to say, brother.
Can the audience hear me? Let me check the audience. Can you guys hear me in the audience?
Yeah, I hear you.
I hear you too, so I think you're good, bro.
Oh. Mic check. Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, we can hear you. You loud as hell. We can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you. Go ahead, man. Say what you got to say.
Mic check.
Oh man, he can't hear us.
Yeah, we can. You can't hear us. Is what the thing is. Yeah, you can't hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you, but you can't hear us.
Oh.
I'm at peace with it. I feel a lot better, and
what's
all right,
going
well,
on?
Silver Rod, you ready? You ready, Silver Rod?
Well, okay. Going back to the Tunnel Runner show, since this is the Tunnel Runner show.
No, yeah.
There you go. Go ahead,
okay,
bro.
Silver Rod. Go ahead.
Yeah, what happened to Roger?
He dropped down
jumped out.
Come back up.
He'll be back in a minute.
Okay, all right. So salute to the chat. Salute to the panel.
Welcome to the Tunnel Runner show. Welcome.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you. So I'll give my 2-minute opening. So I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn between this, because first of all, like, okay, so when it comes to to like what happened. It was very embarrassing and it was very abusive. Like his mom biting his face, beating his back, things like that. She just should have kicked him out and just say, pack your stuff and then leave my house and just done like that. But to beat on him in front of 10,000 people, that was nasty work right there. Beating on the boy and eating and biting his face and things like that. Now, when it comes to support, I think most mothers are gonna be like will have the same opinion at least. Actions would be different, but most mothers will have different opinions because you got to understand something, right? Mothers don't know what streaming is. Mothers know get a good job, go to college to get a good job, etc., etc. Now, especially for I Show Speed, because I Show Speed, mom, she's an immigrant. She's not African American, right? She's a Ghanaian or
Yeah,
what?
Ghanaian.
Say
Yeah,
again?
she's from Ghana. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, she's a Ghanaian immigrant, right? So when it comes to immigrants absolutely come to America, get a good education in America to find a good job in America, right? That's the plan they on, right? That's every immigrant, African immigrants, Western European, Eastern European immigrants, Asian immigrants, and things like that. So as far as like having that idea and not supporting this, that's going to be most parents. Where I fault the parent is the behavior. I think that's crazy, and I'll leave it there.
Yeah, I mean that was just. I mean, she attacked her son on live TV, and it was really disgusting that she's actually doing that to a grown man and not having. We can't see the benefits that she did for doing that to her son
Yeah.
on a
Well,
live.
he's 18, so he's not grown yet. He's only 18. He's not grown yet. He's
Yeah.
still a kid.
Well, society conditions boys to take that shit from women. From a young age, you should never hit a woman. You should never put your hands on a woman. Women put their hand on men all the time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, black men are actually are actually victims of domestic violence at a higher rate than black women are, but are arrested at a higher rate than black women are for domestic violence,
This is
and that's
true.
according to the Center for Prosecutor Integrity.
This
So
is
the
true. But
data even shows that literally black men are being abused more by black women, but getting arrested
yeah.
more for domestic. Come on, dog.
But
And
but
that's
but
because
but
we
this
don't. That's because we subscribe to that BS.
no. But I'm not gonna say. I mean, I understand if a woman hits you, hit him back. It's kind of different when it's your mom. I would probably because society's not gonna look favorably on that. Like if I was him, I would have just walked out. I would have just walked out.
Your your
Yeah.
your mother your mother will lose her anger and kill you if she
No, I
doesn't think that there will
understand
be
that. I understand
consequences
that.
for
But
hitting
but
you.
he is 18 years old, and as soon as his mom said get out, hit him on the back and bit him, I would have
Yeah, just
bounced.
go. Yeah, just
I
go.
would have
Yeah,
bounced.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah, because that's a no-win situation if he tries to hit
Yeah,
her back.
it's a no win situation. So with no one situations, you just leave.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I don't know what's going on. I just got back. I sound like Bronx telling people to beat on their mamas. I'm gonna
Yeah,
say that's not good
Yep,
advice, man.
yep, yep, yeah. That's exactly. If your
Don't
mama beat on you, beat her back. Beat her
it's
back, black man.
your mama. It's your mama, man. Sometimes as a
no,
man, you gotta
the
learn how
thing
to
about
take
it
an
is
L.
though,
You know.
is like you gotta live in a society, right? Now it's different if you hitting your girlfriend and hitting your mom is way different. If you hit your mom and the police come, you getting fucked up on the way to the police station.
Well, my thing is, the guy just had his 18th birthday. He ain't been 18 for 2 weeks. Society is not going to help him. I've been saying that the whole show. Society
Yeah,
is not going to help. Excuse me. Society is not going to help you with your mama. Your mama hit you. You just hit. It
yeah,
is what it is. Sometimes you got to take actual L's in life so you can get W's later.
yep.
And your mama hitting you is just one of those times. The bet. See, he took the L of mama beating on him on camera, but he got the W because people sent him money.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Roger. Me and Silver Rod try to control Bronx, but it's difficult.
Nah, Mama catch, Mama catching the fade, Roger. Mama catching the fade.
You can't control wild animals, man. You can't control wild animals.
Hey, Mama about to catch a fade,
No,
man. Mama about to
but
catch a
Roger,
fade.
let me tell you, let me share what I said. So I said this, right? When it comes to the action of the mother, it's nasty work. Biting somebody in the face,
That's
hitting them
wild.
in the back, pushing them and stuff like that. That's abuse. That was nasty work. But when it comes to the actual idea of support, and it comes to streaming, and we're talking about immigrants like Aisha Speed, like his mom is Ghanaian immigrant. Most immigrants are not going to support it. Now, behavior was wrong, but most immigrants are not going to support that because the American plan is come here, get a good education, and find a good job for your children, right? Because I want to flex to my mom, to my friends that my kid is an engineer, my kid is a doctor, or my kid is a scientist or whatever, right? Most immigrants aren't going to support it. Now they're not going to behave the same way, but most are not. Most people ain't going to support it.
Now that is the point, but I'm gonna say, Speed did have his father to fall back on, which I
Yeah,
believe is I believe his father's FBA. I'm not sure his father's from
yeah. His
anywhere else,
father's FBA. His father's FBA.
and his father fully embraced Speed doing what he needed to do to, which turned out he became one of the biggest streamers on the planet. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't guaranteed either. But it was good that he had a father that was going to support him in his dream. And
Yeah.
so he had a good backup plan. That's why I say there's maybe some divergence in their situation because Speed had a supportive father. We do
Right.
not know if Nitro Camden does. You know, it
I don't
don't
even.
look like he has one though.
Nitro doesn't know whose that is.
I don't think he does.
No, I'm saying that for factual. He doesn't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hadn't heard him say it anything, but based on all the information I can pick up, it definitely seemed like he don't know who his daddy is.
No, he
So
don't know.
yeah, but Mama getting child support off of him.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So obviously this is Mama's doing. Okay.
That young man got attacked by a wild animal on video, man.
Yep.
Wild animal.
But y'all want to sit up here and crucify me. I see y'all, man. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay.
Well, I
We
mean,
are
look,
not
Y'all basically
crucifying
telling
you.
y'all basically telling young black man if it's your mama just sit there and take the beating and be attacked.
no,
No,
he should
no,
have left. No, he should have left.
no.
He should
No,
call one of
no.
his
What if he
brothers.
wanted to leave, but she dragged? She had him,
No,
choked
he didn't
up,
want
man.
to
It
leave.
wasn't like he could just.
No, he didn't want to leave. He didn't want. He was like, "Oh, there's 10,000 people. I just got whatever bombed or whatever. 10,000 people. I don't want to lose this momentum." He kept saying that he didn't want to go.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He
I'm gonna
definitely
give.
want to lose the momentum. And I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna give
say,
Mama some
y'all,
grace on that.
I'm gonna say,
Yeah,
look how sad the situation is because he had what I believe was a brother right there trying to tell him, well, you worried about these 10,000 people watching you, and you about to get put out, as if getting put out was the bad choice.
I was gonna ask you that. Was somebody else in the room with him? Because I wasn't sure if that was another
It was his
streamer
brother.
talking or
It
his
was a brother.
brother was in the room.
No,
it was the
His brother.
gynocrat.
they
It was the
say
gynocrat talking.
they somebody said it was his brother. So what I'm assuming is his brother came to the room because he probably heard the commotion in the house.
No,
You
no,
know?
no. Wait a minute. So this brings up another issue, right? So you got this wild animal in here attacking the oldest child, apparently, right? And the brother's just chilling, no
No,
response to
the
the.
brother
To,
is trying to.
It's
The brother.
normal.
The brother trying to like diffuse the situation.
no, no, no. This is what I'm saying. You're missing what I'm saying.
I
The
caught you.
brother don't. The brother don't even see a problem with the behavior of the mother. This is how we grow up. We think this is normal.
No, I disagree. I disagree with that. I disagree. So okay, you got the 18-year-old kid, you got the younger brother. right? Nobody's making money and they're still dependent on their mom, right? It's not the fact of he see it as this is not a problem or not. It's the fact of, okay, hey man, because he kept saying, hey man, just lay down and go to bed so it can go over. That's what he kept saying. He just said, hey man, just lay down and go to bed so this can be over. And then he was like, well, I got 10,000 subs or whatever. But he was like, bro, you know what I mean? You gotta, then you call, then this is on you. That's what he said. Then this is on you because obviously at that moment he's not making money from streaming. He's not.
Yeah, it's a tough situation, and if dude is a year or two younger than him, because we could be talking about a guy who's 17, 16 years old, maybe even 15. And the thing is this, I don't know how you win against mama. That's really what I see. I ain't gonna say it was fear. It was just, bro, it's mama. You can't
Nothing you
win.
can do. Yeah, nothing you can do.
Yeah, I'm old enough to know you're not gonna win. So, like a lot of guys have learned to do, you just stick your head in the sand and wait for it to go away. And that's kind of what he was telling. Hey, bro, stick your head in the
Yeah.
sand and hope this go away in the morning.
Exactly.
Because, yeah.
Exactly.
But I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, there's no. We're as to be honest, as a black boy who gets harassed by his mom, that's not getting his teeth kicked in, but getting harassed. Where can he go that's gonna help him? Nobody's gonna help him. There's nowhere you can go for that.
Well, I'm not just talking about the problem. Um, First of all, I'm just bringing some recognition to it, and that's why I was talking about earlier before you came on that we need action plans for these young men prior to them leaving their mother's household. Like most of these young men don't have action plans, bro. They don't.
Well, I mean, because there's no help.
Oh, ain't fair, and everybody ain't gonna get help. Sometimes you gotta help yourself. And
Okay,
that's what
so
I'm saying. Like we're here on the airwaves talking about it. What I'm saying is part of the talk should be, hey, young brothers, this is what you need to be doing just in case you find yourself in this situation. That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
so I mean, but so since there's no help, the younger brother did the right thing, bro. Just lay the fuck down. Just lay down.
Nah, shit.
So she could
Hell
stop.
no.
No, he did the
Hell
right
no.
thing.
I was in the same situation. I moved out too.
Oh,
I didn't
then
finish
yeah,
high
that's
school
that's
in my
fine.
mother's house.
But I mean, but the older brother wasn't doing that. He was still trying to uh don't like try not to lose the momentum. He had two options: either lay down or pack his shit.
Well, he ended up packing. And I'm gonna say, truth be told, it was the right move. Um, he's got some. I'm pretty sure he'll eventually get access to his account again. Okay, he may just have to go through a little bit of trouble. Yeah, he'll lose some momentum, but hopefully the story is out there enough where it'll keep some folks interested. So when he get back, he'll be able to just take off again. That's what I'm gonna hope
But
for his sake.
this story is big. All the streamers are talking about it. Kais not, Aisha
No,
Speed, everybody. It's big.
no. I mean, it's big because I'm covered. That's number one. Okay, it's big because I'm covered. Okay.
Okay.
Number
But
two, my point is not that it's not a story. I'm saying I hope it's big and it stays that way until he gets his control of his account. Because at this point, he did not have control of his account. He said everything was
Right.
going to the phone or the computer that his mama has already confiscated. I saw him talking on stream, but he was doing it from a brand new number. So I'm just saying, hopefully this stuff stays good for him until he's able to gain control of gain control of the account that he was doing it from, and he can flip that into a making money on a regular basis. And he ain't got to make a whole lot, because I heard his account might be at like 50,000 now. If he can generate 3, 4, 5,000 a month, he all right. At 18, you don't need a whole lot at 18.
yeah,
We
He
as
need
men don't need a lot as
uh,
it is, but
he need to
18,
take
five
he need
thousand
to take
is
that 40 grand, go to the Dominican Republic, and chill out for 4 5 years while he continue to build his brand. He'll be all
five
right.
5,000 a month at 18. You're rich, pretty much.
that's what I'm saying. He can potentially flip this into a very good situation as long as he can maintain. He got the people. Now he just got to get the interest. And at least he got some willing people that's already willing to throw some money at him because, folks went in their pocket. And I know it was some very well-to-do people who did stuff for him, but let's be realistic. It's some people that ain't so well-to-do that said, hey, man, I got 200, I'm going to give him 25. Somebody said, I got 50, but I give him 10. If he can turn that into regular entertainment for those folks, he can make it just fine. He can make it just fine. So I wish him well. I hope this is gonna turn into big money for him. If he can get to the same point as an iShow Speed, more power to him at the end of the day. He may not have the advantage of iShow Speed's father, who really kind of helped him, and supported him doing whatever he wanted to do. He may not have that as an advantage, but you got some people with you, man. You got some people with you. But you still got to be good. And that's the thing. People giving you something from sympathy or empathy is one thing, but now you have to be good.
Yeah.
So I hope he can be good and people keep the party going for him. And if you can do stuff good enough just to get ad revenue being that big, at 18 years old, he can make it. And they got a lot of stuff out here nowadays that we didn't have access to because you can get you one of them. You can spend $100 and get you one of them blow up beds. You can get a scooter. You don't even need a car right now. Get you one of them scooters. I see the kids and some young riding on. You know what I'm saying? Them scooters maybe $400, maybe $500. He got some options of what he can do. And hopefully he get either a trailer home or a tiny house. I can heard you can get a tiny house for about 10 to 20K. He got some options of what he could do. It may not set him up for life as a whole.
Yeah, he can get a tiny home for about 10 grand. You absolutely right.
He got like 50. Yeah, or he could just he could just stay in a motel for $100, $100 a week, and until he can make his next move.
$100 a week at a hotel. That sounds good. Can you actually do that?
Yeah, motels, $100 to $150 a week.
Yeah, they do have the extended stay hotels that are like $100 a week. He's right, and it provides internet access and everything.
Yeah, well, he got some options. He got some options, But we got my main man, huh?
Well, because I just want to say a lot of people who lost their jobs in their homes are doing that right now. They're living in motels. Like it's a big thing in America.
Okay, what's
Where you think these broke black women are staying at? They ain't staying at the Marriott.
Well, shout out to the people making it happen at the hotels, man. Because I mean, if I was in that situation, at the motels, because if something bad happened to me, I'd do the same thing. Real talk, I'm real against homelessness for me personally. I'm very against.
It's ways people can go and find roommate ads. They can get a roommate. There are some ways that the brother can make it. He just got to have the will, to go through that. It's make him stronger though.
Well, my thing is, unfortunately, I think he has the will. Unfortunately, what he does not have is life experience, and he may not have. Right, information and advisors that he should. But hopefully, with all these other streamers that kind of paying him some attention, because he got some big time streamers paying him attention, hopefully they'll offer him some decent advice. But y'all, we got Louis Kanye in the building, okay? And I want to definitely let him get in. My man, Louis Kanye. How you doing, brother? Great to see you. Great to see
Roger? What's up, panel? What's up, chat? This is a textbook example of what happens when you live in a effed up family structure. I honestly think Nitro Camden, he looked just like his father, and his mother took that out on him, and she was looking for a reason to kick him out for any reason. And I know plenty of brothers coming up where they mother threw them out the house at 18. So I hope he have the resolve and he utilized this pressure in life to become a diamond instead of getting his pipes busted. And I wish nothing but the utmost success for him. And when he becomes successful, I hope he don't give his mother a dime.
You know what? I'm gonna say shout out to you for that. The last part though, about not giving his mother a dime.
It's wishful thinking.
Yeah, that I don't think that
Everybody ain't
part
like
is gonna
Brunk.
happen. Yeah, I don't think
Everybody
that
ain't
part.
like Brunk. Everybody like to criticize Brunk, but you know.
Nah, I'm just saying though, it is a part of our makeup as black men. Because like I said, y'all, I was looking at a lot of stuff last night, and I was gonna almost blend this with the show because I was literally gonna do a show literally about what I show Steve had to overcome to make it the way he's made it, and then this happened. So when I'm looking at this clip of Speed talking about how he bought his mama a house, and it's like after all this stuff, you know, he wanted to say, well, you know, my mama supported me in her own. No, his mama just didn't support him. It's not a crime. Your mama didn't support you. You know, even though you was doing some great stuff as young, but you know, your mama can tell you to keep it down. I Show Speed was cursing in the house, so you know she got a leg to stand on him. I don't think she was genuine when she cut the internet off on him. She one time she literally cut the internet off on him just to make sure he stayed off. And he go to her like, basically why you doing that? Hey, you cursing. You know, she may not have meant it, but it's a leg to stand on. It is what it is.
It's more than or
So he ain't gonna let me introduce him. He just gonna do what he want to do.
it's been a while, Roger. I'm sorry.
He just gonna do what he want to do. It's all good. It's all good.
Man.
You know, y'all. Let's get out of J Lock way.
You
Don't
taking
want
too
nobody
long.
to get hurt.
You taking too long.
Okay.
You taking too long, Roger.
I'm sorry, Roger.
Let's get out of J Lock way because he mad today or something. I don't know.
Y'all, welcome to J Lock. Welcome to J Lock Live. You know, we just started. You know, J Lock Live. We're gonna let him get his monologue in. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, J Lock. How you been, brother? How you been?
How y'all doing, brothers? How y'all doing, Roger? Channel,
Doing good, brother. Good.
Hey, but I was trying to say to you, man, earlier in chat, she asked him for money, and then I'm gonna tell you something else too. I don't know if you caught on Shannon Sharp show when he was interviewed. His mama went viral on that, and they went to War Star Hip Hop, and they was frying her. They was roasting her on the internet. So she told him, she said, either you stop streaming or you get out of my house. And as a mother, you're supposed to support your son. You know, stuff like this from happening. Like he's a major influence. You're gonna take him to tell him to take his, it's making his bread and butter. It's making him famous. That's making him, he's not on the street. He's not selling drugs. He's not doing any of that. But you want him to stop streaming. I remember one point when he was getting money. He was getting a lot of money. She told him, "Where you getting all this money from?" He said, I'm streaming. I'm on the internet." He said, "From just doing that, you ain't selling no drugs, aren't you?" So, therefore, he's still underneath that dear mama syndrome. So, I don't know if he still is or not, but I would have gave her a dime. That's all I'm saying.
And you know she go by the name now, Mama Speed.
Stop. Of course.
Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy.
Why wouldn't she? Of course, you gotta take advantage. Now I'm gonna say this now because I saw a clip of that where he talked about his mama telling him is either streaming, either stop streaming or get out. He said at that point, he said I had like 20 people watching, and I had about 2,000 subscribers. So that's not the rich speed. That was the broke speed. Okay, that was I barely show any speed coming up through the ranks, becoming who he became. So it was already an issue back then. Now, I don't know why it was an issue, but he did make a mention that he said I had about 20 people watching me. I had about 2,000 subscribers. So that wasn't the rich speed that's very successful now. But we got one more guest that came in. Wash in the Wilder.
Washington
Wash.
go down. What's up, man? Greens from Germany. How y'all living?
Hey, greetings, brother. Great to have you. Great to have you.
Guten Tag.
Before I made my point, I did want to also bring up what you just said about speed. It was his father that allowed him to come into the house, and that's where he ended up blowing up. So that was one thing that's also kind of important to remember. But I want to have the conversation because this that happened. There's a larger conversation that this has become the norm in the Black community that I'll say for at least the last 40 years, where if it's a single mom, they do this thing where they kind of intentionally make you so irritated that you have to leave the house and end up putting yourself in situations where you have to grow up before you're ready to grow up. You might even start dealing with a woman that's way older than you, because if you're 16 or 17 and you're miserable in your mom's house, you might start dealing with a woman who's 23 or, older, because she has, she can get you start living with her. Like, we don't really allow our boys to set themselves up for success at 18 years old, because single mothers have this thing where they're so gung-ho about not being disrespected in the house that they really want to drive the young boy out, who kind of looks like the father that they probably broke up with. And this has been going strong for, I'll say, for at least 40 years. It happened in my case. I saw it in growing up in the country, but it happened to all the people that I used to know that ended up in the early 2000s going to the Job Corps. They all have the same story, where it's like, mom started walking around the house naked at 15 just so you're not comfortable there. Mom started doing things. Mom started like flipping out and being extra abusive just because mom's reminding you, when you turn 18, you're getting your ass out of here. Versus what I see on this side of the world, where I see the parents, whether it's a single mom or two parents, they allow the child to set themselves up for success, and they'll stay in the house until they're 21, 22. And I wonder, in the Black community, if that could actually be the norm, or do you think that as a community we would shun that?
Well, the thing is, I'm gonna say it's about what you see as community first. Me, I'm just letting you know how I see community. There are Black men who are respectable, productive, functional. They believe in Black men's leadership. Our wives and children that live in our home. Anybody outside of that context, you are part of a anti-family, dysfunctional single mother community. So I don't even see them people as me, not for real. Okay, I understand when outside people look at us, they just see Black people, and some people just see niggas. But inside the group, yeah, you're not part of my group. You're a subsection of another group. So I don't even see us as the same. Now, if you are unfortunately growing up under a single mother, I think as a young Black boy, you got to be ready to go, knowing that on your 18th birthday, you're only good as your last day. Any given moment, she may be kicking you out, and you just gonna have to deal with it. That's how I see it.
Well, isn't it a conversation maybe that should be had? I know you say that we should just got to deal with it, but again, if we want better outcomes for young Black boys, and again, I think we can look at this, society right now, and we can really see that 18 is way too young to be out here by yourself. Then, I think it's a conversation to have with, because again, it's the majority of us. A majority of us are in single parent homes. That's just the truth of it. And so, if we want to have a positive outcome for the Black community, I think this is a conversation that should be broached to the Black women about this thing that's been happening for 40 years plus.
Well, I think that when it comes down to a conversation needs to be had, and Black men need to just have a realization of who's on our team and who's not. The reality is, because the women are doing it, and basically, as this one particular case showed, if they ain't making money off you, you're not that important.
Yep.
Now, how you gonna make a woman make their child important to them? They already have a child. The child is not important to them because the money that's attached to the child is what's of importance. And once you remove the money, she wants to remove the child. So I don't think you can talk Black women into loving their children. I'm not saying they can't be included in the conversation, but you can't talk. They already don't love their own child. You're not going to convince them to love their own child. So the thing is, we as Black men need to be more vocal about it. It needs to be understood. The kids should be growing up hearing that you got it. Hey, especially if you're a male, once you're 18, you probably get kicked out. So they can know to say, hey, maybe this is something I should think about. Even though I'm only 16 years old, maybe I need to get this job right now. Maybe I can't wait till I'm 18 to start working. Maybe I need to put something away because mama could kick me out in a couple years and ain't nothing stopping her.
I think
And
we're speaking about the average
that's
experience. I
called.
think most. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry, go
I
ahead.
was going to say quickly
Let me
that
jump
I
in
think
after
the
you.
average don't even make it to 18. I think most are around 16, 17. They're already either put out the house or willing to just be out and even be. I've seen friends be homeless just because they didn't want to be in the house.
Yeah.
That's a very real thing. I'm just saying, as a young black person who's living in a single mother home, it would do you justice to understand you may get nothing past 18. Now, if you choose to leave early, that's technically on you. But at 18, she can get you put out here quick.
Let me enlighten you a little bit, Roger, because you grew up fortunate with your mother and your father.
No, I didn't. I'm from
You
a
grew up in a
reservation in
single.
Oklahoma. Damn, I did not grow up with two parents at all. All right.
I said Roger.
Oh, I thought you said Washington. I'm sorry, my fault.
I said Roger. Um, um, when you grow up with a single mother, generally speaking, even in your preteens, they're warning you, they're telling you verbatim that when you're 18, you're leaving. It's a lot of pressure on the child, even as a teenager. You grow up thinking about this for years, but there's no plan because there's no men around to help give you a plan. You don't even know who to talk to. That's why I've been saying for the last hour that we need to start giving an action plan to these young boys over these airways so they can understand the options they have in front of them as they're going through these situations, bro. That's why I was saying, hey, you need to take the ass bath by the time you're a sophomore in high school. Get prepared, just in case you come across this 18 thing and you do have to get out. You can go get your GED and go to the military, or if you make it past 18, maybe you go to the local union, become an electrician, become a welder or something. Pick up a trade because you start getting paid right away when you're doing that. If you make it to 21, which most of us don't inside your mother's household, go get your CDLs. These are action plans that'll help you step by step as you're aging. Because you get this.
Hello?
Oh, he got off.
Yeah. God cut him off. He likes to be long winded sometimes, so God have to cut him off.
I'm not gonna put that on God. I would say the advice was too good. He was reiterating some good advice. You know,
It was good advice, but God said,
He was speaking too
you have to
good.
give
He
it
was
in bits and
speaking.
pieces. You have to give it in
Hey,
bits and pieces. So.
but I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something too, also as well. What you said, wash want to do. The thing is that the mothers see their children, boy or girl, as resource, money resource. If that person is not providing or like to the garnocracy or like or contributing, like paying the bills in the house and shit, or watching her kids, they getting the hell up out of the house. That's why I show speed. That's why all these. That's why you hear mothers be like, I be hearing the other kids racist. They was like, "Oh, my mom never made me pay the bills in the house. I just stack up my money, and when I try to leave, she let me leave. I go." I mean, like, they say they extorted these kids. They was extorted. I was one of them. I was one of the
A
kids that was
mother's
dead extorted.
So
a mother's
I want to say this real quick.
Go ahead.
When it comes to like dynamics, domestic dynamics, bills are the end all be all. Bottom line, and how well you can contribute as the older you get with bills is the more is her level of toleration. And that's the bottom line.
Yeah, yeah. I say a mother's love for a child starts with respecting, obeying, and submitting to his father and following his leadership. Or
But
Well, then,
that
if you, by that
that
metric,
that's
that's
where
not even
that's where
85% of the. Fuck,
that's
wow,
where a
man.
woman's that's where a woman's love should start for their child.
I disagree
Again,
with that. I
by
disagree.
respecting, obeying, and submitting to their child's father, because he has to lead that family. Okay, if you as a woman essentially aren't obeying, respecting, and following that father, you're breaking up the home. And the home is necessary. That's the foundation of it all. But if you don't want to get under that man's leadership, you don't want to respect him, you don't want to obey him, you're sabotaging the very thing that's giving the child the best chance in life, the
I do
home.
agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. Actually.
Well,
On a
So it
global
has to
scale, what
start
percentage
there.
of women do you think are that kind of mother?
It depends on where you're looking. It depends on where you're looking. In the
I
West,
just say make on a
very
guess on a
small.
global
I'd
scale. Do you
say
think it's
I'd
either
say 5%. I'd say 5 to 10% in the
No,
West.
if we're
well,
talking what he's if we're talking what he's talking about, you're talking Eastern Europe and you're talking Asia.
yeah. Now I'm gonna say this as a person who lives in America, you know, and I'm not saying you're doing it for this reason, but sometimes people
You not
will
there.
ask these questions of, well, how big do you think it is? It doesn't matter. It's hardly any in America. And but people
Right.
act like it's a bad thing to say it's hardly any. No, the stats is what the stats is. I don't feel no personal way about it. They are what they are. So at the end of the day, like I said, this just happened with a streamer. So there was footage of it and it was caught on. This stuff is happening on a regular basis. Plenty of kids getting kicked out for doing nothing wrong because they 18 years old. And the reality is the child support has already been paid. Mom ain't getting nothing off you no more. So now it's time for you to ride out.
And
Yep.
the mom did say that.
Hey,
The
I'm
mom did
I,
say that in the stream. The mom said, "You contribute nothing to the bills. You're worthless." She
and
literally said,
I gotta put this in there too, Roger. I'm trying to careful. I need to careful. I need to careful this one. I need to say this. If I was in that boy position and I got all the evidence I need, she hitting the back of the head and stuff like that, biting him in the face. Because I thought she was kissing him. She was biting his face too. I would have what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for?
press
I
charges?
mean, no, not press charge. Not only press charges. I would have I would have swung. I would have swung back. I
It
would have swung
wasn't
back.
gonna
I
help you. That
Fam,
wasn't.
would have go swung back.
you're gonna get absolutely ostracized by your entire
I
family by
don't
doing
care
that.
if I got ostracized. You is getting it. We
Well,
already villainized. We already villainized this black man. We
J
already
Lock,
villainized.
J Lock,
Fam,
J Lock.
had you
I
if he
feel
had
you.
done that, he would not get the support
The
that he's getting
right,
right
the
now.
money that he just got would not be available,
"Right."
and that's that
Yeah.
simple, bro. That's the thing where we as black men got to learn to take a L so we can get
Yeah.
a W later. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
He hit
If he
that
was
woman.
to
He
do
gonna
that, he
do.
would just be a laughing stock.
He
And he
better than
gets
me.
yeah.
He better
Well
than me.
J Lock,
maybe he is.
J
Because
Lock,
again,
J Lock.
You gotta,
I know you want to sound like Superman, but you'd have been broke and on the porch.
Listen, okay,
there's a difference.
listen.
There's a difference.
Y'all want to get
There's a
punched in the back of the
difference
head? Y'all go
between
ahead, but I can't
there's a
take that,
difference
man. I'm
between
sorry.
hitting a woman.
Hey,
It's
J
not
Lock,
about
wait,
that.
I feel you, J Lock.
let's say,
I
fam,
feel you,
stop
J
it.
Lock.
You've
There's a
never
difference.
been
Talk your
hit by
shit,
your
J Lock.
mother.
In
So you're saying
society,
that you've
there's a
never been hit by
difference
your
One at
mother.
a
between.
time. One at a
Okay,
time.
hello. There's a difference between hitting a woman back and hitting your mom back. In no way, shape, or form are your fans or the people that follow you, the 10K people he got. No way they would support that. All the money gone, the followers gone.
Yeah, they
Police are
can't.
going to take it.
Hey,
Police will.
listen.
The
He
police
might be
will
locked
take
up if
it
he had swung
for
with
He
his
2
mom.
better.
minutes.
It's
He
just,
Yeah,
better
then
than me.
they're
y'all.
He better
The
then
than
his
Ivy
mom
me.
League,
is the
the
victim.
He
Ivy
better.
Leaguer is
He better
speaking.
than
Let
me.
him finish, y'all. The
One at
Ivy
a
League is
time. One at a
speaking.
time.
The Ivy Leaguer is speaking. Let him finish, y'all. Before we jump in, let him finish.
And the police would beat the shit out of you on the way to the police office. And you're going to get fucked up in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm gonna say this, and
Yeah,
there's
Don't
a
worry about
sure
it.
about
reality.
that. Sure,
Hold
sure.
on.
Go ahead.
There is a reality of being homeless with something and being homeless with nothing. And like I said, even though as bad as it was, if I get kicked out with no support, that's just a lot worse than getting kicked out with support. Right now, he got somebody willing to take him in because he at somebody's house right now. I just don't know who, but he at somebody's house right now. But now he hit his mother. He probably not in that house.
That's
Not
right.
only are the people not going to send him basically $40,000 in a night, they're not going to pay attention anymore, or if they're getting attention, there's going to be a bunch of negative attention. And you work yourself. They say the dude got like 1 or 2 jobs already. Anything that's made public, jobs can use against you. So number one, they could fire you, Not to mention all the other folks that you possibly would need a job from. They can just not hire you because you the guy that hit your mom.
Yep.
J-Lock, that's poor advice, bro. I know how you're
Well,
feeling,
listen, you
but
might say
you
that,
gotta
but
start thinking. You gotta
yeah,
start thinking,
hey,
bro.
hold on, man.
I feel you, J-Lock. I feel you, J-Lock.
That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Go,
Hey,
he better
mama
than
can
me.
catch that fade too. Mama bite
He
you,
better than me.
mama catching the fade.
Fam,
Mama
That's
fam,
all I
Hey,
gotta say.
you are not catching the fade with your mom.
if
Look,
you
y'all saying this because it makes y'all feel good, but let's just
if
keep it
you
100.
if you
Especially
My
if you're
mom
giving
never
advice to
bit me,
younger
man.
people.
My mom
No,
never bit
if
me. I don't know what I'd do if my mom bit me.
you
if
wouldn't
you
fight her.
a-
If your
if you
mama bit you, you wouldn't
absolutely
be fighting her. So let's
if you
stop the
absolutely
bullshit.
want to go wrong in life, just just have Brock agreeing with your statements, and you know you're going wrong in life.
Listen, I will. Listen, man. Listen, you all know how my mama is. Listen, I seen her beat up my dad. I had to tell her, I ain't dad. So yeah, that's why I was like, mm-mm. I was like, it brought me flashback. So he better than me. That's all I gotta say. Shout out to young Nitro. Get your money,
How
young
old
man.
were
Go
you when
ahead.
your mom hit you for the last time, sir?
How old was I?
Yes.
I was like freaking what? I think I was like 18. I think I was
Okay,
18.
so your mom hit you at 18, just like this woman hit him at
Did you
18. So
did you
why
beat
didn't you
her
fight
up?
your mom
Did you
back
beat her
then?
up?
Yeah, did you whoop her?
Did you
No,
beat her
you
up?
know what? You know what? It didn't came across my
No, no,
mind.
no,
So I
no.
got
No, no,
no,
no,
I'm
no. Answer the question first. Don't tell the
Yeah.
story.
Tell the truth
Answer
and
the
shame the
question.
devil. Did you whoop her?
one
Did you
mic,
whoop her?
one mic. No, I did not.
Did
That
you
was a
whoop her?
different time. Listen,
So,
that was a different time. That my mindset was not thinking about
so,
that.
so
My
you
mindset was not
telling?
thinking about that.
So he's not better than you. He's just like you.
No,
He's not better than you.
no.
No, 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 no. You
Yeah,
just a
he
And
work.
could.
no, no.
You
He
Listen,
you
he
listen,
you
could be
you get
better.
listen.
you.
I
No,
want
no,
to
no,
get
no.
Roger.
I'm,
I want to
I'm
get
gonna tell
Roger.
you.
I want to get Roger
I'm,
in trouble. I want to get
I'm gonna
Roger
tell
in
you what.
trouble. So
I'm gonna
go ahead.
tell
You
you
gonna
what.
talk about it
I'm gonna
back.
tell you what J Lock
You
just
gonna talk
admitted
about it
to.
back. You gonna talk
J
about it back.
Lock J Lock just said from 18 to his current age, he's a worse person. That's what he just said. That's what he said.
J-Lock, J-Lock just J-Lock just got on the he got on the rules for thee, but not for me. See,
Right,
you ain't
right,
touching my I ain't gonna hit my
right,
mama. You hit
Hey,
your mama.
what's the what's the saying? You die as a hero. You live long as a villain. You live long as a villain.
right.
You die as a
J
hero.
Lock, you wild,
I
bro.
ain't doing that, bro. Listen, he better than me.
J Lock, you wild, bro. You wild. You a wild boy, man.
Listen, I can't tell you things that I've been through at Roger Channel. You going to get demonetized. I can't say what I want to say right now. I can't.
Yeah, you working on it right now. You working on it right now. We
I
gonna
mean,
find out how he got demonetized.
I'm demonetized right now. This would be the
I, I
Oh
do want to
no.
say this: like we have so many men that are putting money back into college universities, and I think we can see that HBCUs and college universities are not really for us as black
Yep.
men. I think as black men, we need to start really investing and putting money back into the Job Corps. I remember in the early 2000s, Job Corps was helping out so many black people.
Yes,
They
sir.
were taking people at 16, 17, 18, and they were coming in, getting trades, getting money, and then there's people from 16 to 21 in Job Corps, and then when 9/11 happened, like all that money from Job Corps like got cut like a mofo. I think that within the black community, we need to kind of end up if we because women are saying that we need to come back and be mentors, and unfortunately, I don't think that the young boys are ready to be mentored the way that we want to mentor them because they're already kind of broken and messed up. So I think
Well,
that a Job Corps situation would be way better. And then once they were in that situation, then men who have the resources to help can actually see like, okay, maybe this is worth pouring into because right now, as it looks, it's just a clusterfuck of a bunch of broken black boys in the neighborhoods.
well, the thing is, mama don't want you to mentor the boys. Mama
nope.
made that
Yes, they
clear
do.
because no,
Okay.
they don't. No, mama like to say what look good on camera. Mama don't want you to mentor nothing. If a mom wanted her boys mentored, she wouldn't go through a whole lot of trouble to separate fathers from their sons. So she clearly don't want the mentor. That was the whole purpose of
good
getting
point.
rid of the father.
Yep. You're not lying about that, Roger. You're not lying about that,
Okay,
Roger.
no,
Because
good point. Good point.
Yeah,
there's so many
but
people.
women like to say what sound good when they being recorded. Just here's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I give you an example. That incident, what happened with that mother getting attacked by them kids. All the mothers showed up and came out because their image was being questioned. Their motherly image was they perception of being a good mother, quote unquote good mother. All them kids was attacking that lady. So they all came out and said, "Well, we don't support that," knowing damn well that was the same mothers, that was those kids that was attacking that lady. So everybody, the whole world saw that.
I don't know what that reference is to, so I ain't gonna make no comment on that. But it
It's
sounds believable.
it's the
sounds
Chicago.
believable.
It sounded
I'm not arguing.
Chicago.
It sounds believable. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is this, because like I said, this just happened to be a streamer where the situation got caught on camera. This stuff happened all the time to folks. You know what I'm saying? Because I know people that this has happened to as well. You know, and it's been happening since I was a kid too. I remember 18-year-olds when I was a kid that was getting the news that they had to go. It just, I didn't have to go, but I knew people that did have to go. And they was dealing with real situations. I knew kids that literally had to come to school to get something to eat. You know, this is what it is.
And also, not before they even get kicked out the house, I think even mothers make the house so unbearable that young boys don't even want to be around the house, and they'll be out in the streets and be around the wrong people, because most young boys at around 14 to 15 are not allowed to be comfortable at home. There was a thing where it showed, it said it was this joke that, wives can't let their husbands relax around them, and it was this whole kind of thing. But it also applies to mothers with their teenage sons to a certain degree. And especially if he's gaming, especially things that women don't understand, that's our safe space. That's kind of like, where we zone out. The things that really kind of bring us joy inherently annoy women and mothers. They can't stand seeing it, whether it's in their husband, boyfriend, or even their own children. And that's a conversation, again, never gets brought up. It's not just the fact that when they turn 18, it's the fact that once the puberty starts to kick in, especially within our community, Black mothers really will do everything to make it so unbearable at home that a young boy will be in dangerous situations just to not be around her. And they know, and the mothers know this, especially if they live in a neighborhood that's not safe and your child's not at home. Then it's you as the mother.
We gonna do this. We gonna go off air, y'all, because good day for us to have that conversation. We gonna do this, okay? Because I have the conversation that need to be had, and that is a conversation that needs to be put in. But we are out of time for today, okay? So I'm gonna bring this particular episode to a close. I'm gonna say, and I think I can speak for all of us and say, we all wish Nitro Camden well. Good luck. Do what you need to do. My personal advice is don't talk to your mama for 7 years. Learn to be.
No, he's right.
Yeah.
He's 18
He's right.
years old. He's been raised by a single mother. He needs to know manhood at this point.
Yep.
Don't talk to your mama for 7 years. Learn to be whatever man you gonna become. Once you are already established as that man in 7 years, now talk to your mother.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you gotta hate her.
I saw mine last year.
Hold on. Can I end the show, please? Can I end the show?
This J-Lock Live. What you talking about, Roger?
Yeah, learn to become who you are first, then deal with your mama and let it work out from there. But I do believe you can be a successful man. Some people get a blessing, and God gave everybody a way to get rich. I think he just gave you a way. I just need you to recognize it, okay? All this didn't happen for no reason. So get your account back, get your money up, get your entertainment on, rock with these people, get your DED. If you want to go to college, do that and put yourself in best position that you can. And good luck to you, young man. Have a great life. I believe this is just the beginning of something great for you. Y'all, we're going to close it out here. I'll see everybody back tomorrow, 9 a.m. That's what we do at the Roger Report Live, 9 a.m. Chicago time. Not where you at, Chicago time. And we're going to figure out when we're going to have this other conversation, but we're going to do that off air. So it'll be coming up next week, hopefully. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Long live the habitual line steppers. I'm Roger. I'm right, and I'm out.